you guys were basically in search of a Nimblewright who you believed was behind the attack outside of your manor. Um, you did actually destroy. Well, you didn't destroy. You found what was a destroyed Nimblewright and confirmed that it was the one that was involved in the attack. You returned to the temple where you claimed your reward of Nim, your very own Nimblewright, um, and you made your way to a villa in search of. Well, this is actually prior to getting that, but you learned some information about this family and that they were, for lack of a better term, devil worshippers. You found all of them except for the patriarch of the family. The rest of them had formed seemingly some type of suicide pact, and they all killed themselves or were found dead already. You took this information to the what is his name? I even forgot his name. Everybody forgets his name.
Kincaid.
And he informed you that um, a man named Fenris on the Nimblewright that you had found, there was a map that was pointing that had Fenris's name on it, and Kincaid was able to confirm that Fenris is a lamplighter in the city, and that he is also currently wanted by the guard for his illegal activities. That's basically where we left off. We're all in the manor as we left.
Is it like the start of a new day? Or was it like midday when we left off?
I think it was.
I believe it was towards the evening when we left off, so
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I remember we brought the Nimblewright back to the manor and stuff with that cloak that Laylath gave us. I just didn't know if we had slept yet or not.
So you have. It's a new morning.
So we are now looking for a Fenris.
A man named Fenris, yes.
Yes. Don't we have all the fun?
Did he say anything about where he was known to live or be around, hang around?
Usually seen around the central district. Oftentimes in the slums as well.
Would that be the upper slums or the lower slums?
Both.
Okay.
Did we get like a description of him?
Good question. I didn't have 5 billion things. I can't. There's no way I could have had this on a regular game. There's so much stuff here. Kind of a gaunt, gangly kind of man. Probably about a little under 6 feet tall. Pretty bad teeth. kind of black, stringy hair.
So probably exactly what everyone in the slums looks like.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. Well, Layla, do you want to go speak with your friend down the street about information, or do you want to just maybe give it a go for ourselves?
We can probably inquire ourselves. If nothing turns up, we can then ask.
Richter's gonna look to Ashford and Zameen and say, "Well, if it were me, I'm sure if someone like Layla came looking, asking questions about me, I would be much less likely to show myself compared to if someone like one of you two did."
That is true. We could ask around.
Yes.
If
I
perhaps
don't mind doing that.
me and Layla just stay a bit behind you or something like that, just because. And he looks at Layla. He goes, "You're quite an intimidating friend."
I've really got nothing to respond to that.
Are you okay with that? Letting them take the lead?
By all means.
All right. And I'll pop Rascal onto Astrid's shoulder just in case we got separated or anything.
Yeah. Hello, still Rascal, and she'll just scritch behind his ears.
He doesn't vanish or try to kill you like your bird would.
Do I still have a hawk?
A falcon, yeah.
Holy shit, you!
So just two clerics with birds, or a bird and a random. This is fun. Yeah. But I can't see through its eyes or anything, so I just have a random hawk.
Yeah, you just have a pet.
I mean, you could leave it in the manor. We have Ilbrin here and Nim at all times.
Yeah, you don't have to carry it with you if you don't want.
Yeah, I guess I could leave it with Nim. Assuming Nim's not going to turn it into a mechanical bird. It would keep him company.
Yeah, Ilbrin's not the most
Animal.
adept conversationalist.
And just from living in the city so much, would I assume since like the lower slums is the smallest, it would probably be the easiest place to like thoroughly search first?
Yeah.
Okay. I would suggest we go down there then, since it is the smallest.
Sounds good.
Also, probably best to work from the lower slums all the way back up to the central district before it gets darker. So, starting in the worst place first.
And as you're saying that, Richter kind of looks at your hammer and he goes, "You may want to hide that. That's not too inviting."
I'm not really sure how to hide it. And she just kind of like tries to put it on her belt a little bit further back.
Yes, Richter, any ideas of where she should place said hammer to hide it?
Get a cloak or something that would, like, just at least...
I can put it in the bag, but then I won't have my hammer.
I'm just... If I saw someone coming asking for me with a huge weapon, it might be a little bit scary, but...
I also have a giant shield and a huge painting of basically the Temple of the Dawn Father on my back. I stand out.
Richter kind of just nods like, "You're right."
You're not exactly an inconspicuous group.
No.
Richter, he looks like the average person.
Yeah, which means you stick out more.
True. What the hell is he doing with these people? Well, I will lead everyone towards where the lower slums is, and yeah, just there's no point. I'll look at everyone. Should we ask guards or anything like that? But I suppose if they knew where he was, he would already be arrested.
Yes, I don't think so. I think just going around, asking around for him, and hopefully we'll find him.
Well, I'm an artist. Could I, like, make some sort of check to like try and draw up a picture of what I like think he looks like?
Police sketch artist.
Yeah.
Do a performance check.
Nope. It is a stick figure. I can only paint. I cannot draw very well.
Yeah. So you start and you just realize it's just it's not.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to ask. As I crumple the paper and just kind of throw it somewhere random.
All right. So as you make your way towards the lower slums, there's a little bit of an incline on this area going up towards the erudite quarter. And as you're sort of making your way in that general direction and then southward towards the slums, who's leading the group?
I was gonna show them the way to the slums and then let them take the lead from there.
And I guess Astrid would take the lead after that.
Okay. So as you're walking down the street there, this cart that appears to be full of apples starts going down this hill directly towards you. And riding on top of this cart is this little tiefling boy with an eye patch that's screaming at the top of his lungs, telling everybody to look out. So Astrid, make a dexterity saving throw. You do not heed that warning, and you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage and are knocked prone to the ground as this cart rolls over you.
Can I
I was about to
attempt
say,
to
aren't
catch
we
it?
all strong enough that the three of us could just line up and catch that thing?
If you do a strength saving throw, if you'd like to try and stop it.
3 linebackers.
All right, so Lalith reaches out and it just sort of clips his finger, and then it hurts. So he like pulls his hand back real quick,
And I
then,
do put my shield in front of me.
and then Zabine steps in and just stops it.
Like
and,
anime style with the shield in front. Legs kind of slide in the dirt.
Yeah, your feet like drag, they show the little dirt lines.
And a couple meters ahead is just Astrid on the ground.
Laying down, just so you take 5 points damage.
Yep.
And as you can see, as it stopped, you see 2 other kids that are sort of out of breath and running down the hill behind them. As they catch up, they're all just sort of apologizing profusely. Just even people that are all along the street, saying that they're so sorry, we didn't mean to do that, and is everybody okay?
Oh, it's no problem at all. I am fine. And she'll just slowly get up and start dusting herself off. She's got a little cut on her forehead.
Well, it's a good thing we were here to stop it. You boys should be more careful with things like this. What happened?
It was kind of heavy, and we just lost our grip on it, and we're very sorry.
I suppose that's all right. Do you need help getting it back up?
No, we were going this way, and you can
Oh.
see that these appear to be probably homeless kids, based on their appearance.
Can I do I believe that it's their cart?
Well, I mean, they never said it was their cart specifically, but
Okay.
you can do an insight check if you want to see if.
Yeah. Anything they tell me, I believe.
How much for some apples?
How many do you want?
Let's say 4.
5 copper.
And
Okay.
I'm willing to give you a little bit more than that if possibly you can answer a question real quick.
Sure.
Well, we happen to be looking for someone. May have spent some time in the slums. He's pretty thin, tall, not so good teeth, stringy black hair.
His name is
Maybe-
Fenris.
Yes, his name is Fenris, and I think he may be in trouble, and we're trying to find him. Have you seen anyone like that?
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
Do
He,
you
don't,
know where he may be?
don't know where he rents a house. Sort of.
And I kind of just like pull out a gold, and I'm like, I'll give you this if you tell me where he is.
And there's a they give you the name of the street, which is the Trade Ward Street, which is sort of it's the one of these smaller roads that is like goes towards the erudite quarter. Says that it's a kind of a rundown little house that he appears to live alone. That's really all they know about him.
All right, well, thank you. And I kind of flip the gold in their direction.
And they grab it and then start eating a few apples, and then you can see as you guys are sort of making your way, they start going through like garbage piles and stuff.
Well, I suppose we might as well try that street first. Even if he's not there, we may be able to kind of scout it out.
Yeah, seems like a good idea to me.
I'll point if I know where the street is. I'll point him in the direction of it. If not, I just stay back.
Yeah, you'd be familiar with it.
Okay.
Everyone gets an apple.
Yay!
Oh, thank you so much, Lilith. It's most appreciated after my little tumble, I suppose you could call it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Here. And I'll throw like a healing word.
Oh, thank you so much, Zamin.
Oh,
So
I
you,
have to have a target.
Oh,
Well, it's just what, 1d4 plus
Your wisdom.
wisdom. Where is that at? 1d4 plus 3. Okay. Exactly right on the spot.
that was perfect, Zamin. Exactly what I needed. And she'll start munching on apples.
So, as you make your way to the home that you were informed was Fenris's, you do, or upon reaching that house, you notice that the door is wide open, and even from the outside, you can see that the inside looks all kinds of busted up.
Do you want me to send Rascal in, or?
Perhaps that would be best, just in case someone's still in there.
Yes, and the last time we saw a situation like this with that other house, it was not a good situation.
All right, I'll find a little like barrel or something to sit on and just send Rascal in and have a quick look around, make sure there's nothing moving, he doesn't hear anything before we go in.
Doesn't hear anything, no.
All right, I'll snap back to myself and I'll just tell everyone, it seems to be okay. Still best to be cautious.
All right. And I guess I'll just head up to... Is there a back door and a front door, or just the front door?
Just the front door. This is basically like a one-room building, or only a house. It's sort of like this like shack that's been sort of, I won't say hastily, but not very well constructed.
All right. I guess I'll go in and start taking a look around, seeing if we can find anything.
And Astrid will go in and look around as well.
All right, do an investigation.
I will go in and sit down and start casting Detect Magic at Ritual.
I'm just assisting because she has better investigation than me anyway.
So, as you enter, you do see that there is it's pretty much a one room home, but it is sort of split up into sections. You know, like a loft would be. So there is like a little kitchen, and there isn't really a living room so much as it's sort of a living room slash bedroom, and it's sort of there isn't a whole lot of stuff in there to begin with, but you can see that it has been sort of like it looks like somebody was looking for something, and on the what would be the kitchen wall, you do see painted in blood what appears to be sort of a 10-pointed, not quite a star, but a symbol.
Does it look similar to Asmodeus?
It is not the same symbol that you saw in the.
Would Astrid recognize it like in a religious or arcane perspective or something?
I was about to ask the same question.
You wouldn't,
But
but
not arcane.
do a general intelligence. It's a symbol of the area.
Oh, yep, that makes sense. Duh.
Is there anyone out on the street that either is looking at us or would have been on the street long enough to see what might have happened here?
With that investigation check, you would have seen and you did not.
Okay.
Well, looks like the myriad got to him first. And with the amount of blood on the wall, he's either not in a very good way or dead. I wonder if he had something to do with the attack, or if we could ask the guard, maybe they knew what he was in trouble for?
Just in case anybody wants to know, that's what the married symbol looks like in blood.
Lovely.
In addition, you also find some pools of blood on the kitchen, and it does appear to be rather fresh.
How come we keep getting to places right after someone gets hurt?
Does that blood have a trail?
You do a survival check.
And
I
I
can
suppose it
help
does.
you with that.
Suppose it does make sense. I mean, the leader of the myriad is getting some sort of vision on us or scoring ability.
So 22 with the assistance.
Yeah, you do not see a trail of blood. It just appears to be pools of blood. Don't go anywhere after that.
They must have wrapped him up or something, taken him out of here. And if they are scarring on us, they're always going to be one step ahead. This is rather unfortunate.
It seems that their main interest is in this hidden vault.
But what would a lamplighter have been doing that had anything to do with this vault? How would he have known anything?
It is possible he was not just a lamplighter and was perhaps working for the myriad or for the class or some other group. Or got involved with them somehow.
That is possible. As a lamplighter walking around at night, you could probably hear a bunch of conversations.
So as you're having this discussion, this sort of graceful woman in this emerald green cloak sort of kind of pokes her head in the door and kind of jumps a little bit as she sees everybody. You can see that she has sort of blondish hair with a few streaks of silver in them. And she just sort of calmly says, if you've come for Fenris, I'm afraid you're too late. It does appear that the myriad has gotten to him first. Did
We
have
had to
something
do that.
in his possession that I was looking for. Perhaps you were looking for the same thing?
And what might that be, pray tell?
She sort of has a little wry little smile and says, commonly called the Stone of Galore.
And who might you be, if I may ask?
She sort of straightens up a little bit and my apologies. That was very rude of me. My name is Allure Vicelorin.
Am I done casting my spell yet?
Yeah.
I'm assuming she's completely magical from head to toe because it's her. But when she says that, Richter, like, whatever he's doing, he kind of just drops it and just, like, stares.
I'm assuming she's in Scanlan's book.
She is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will pull out Scanlan's book and be like, "Oh, I've read all about you in here."
She kind of smiles a little bit. And
Well-
Richter, as you looked at her, you did actually notice that there was magic like throughout, but you did notice that there was a bit more magic concentrated, I guess, at her head, if that makes sense. But
Mhm.
yeah. So she just sort of tells you that the stone has properties that, in addition to being able to find the way to the treasure that the myriad is looking for, it does have other capabilities that may prove dangerous if they were to fall into the wrong hands. And she sort of just eyes all of you and says, would you all be willing to retrieve this?
Well,
Yes.
okay. We could sure try, but you see, we've been having a bit of a problem. And as you seem to be one of the trusted, if you were in that book and he knows who you are, you see, we think that the Myriad's been scrying on us. They've been one step ahead of us every time. Any conversations we have or people we look for, they've been getting there first. That is a bit inhibiting to us finding this stone.
Matt, since I am an illusion wizard, can I, like, do my best to make sure that she's not disguised self or any sort of an illusion, anything like that? Like, I don't know if it would be Arcana or investigation or anything. Because since I'm just thinking, since I do know the spells and stuff like that, I would probably know if it was the same magic school and that kind of thing.
I believe that is a actual intelligence check, investigation, essentially.
Investigation, okay.
This makes me wish I had my warlock.
Just trying to read like the rules of like how you determine like.
Well, because I don't know what detect magic would have to do with it, because it does say it tells you the school of magic. So if I'm sensing a huge, or if I'm sensing some illusion magic from her head mostly or something like that, it's going to be ringing a bell.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like disguise self says to discern that you are disguised as a creature must use an action to inspect your appearance and must succeed on an investigation check against your spell save DC.
Yeah.
You do not think she is disguised.
Okay. Do I know what the school of magic is though?
It. I always forget. So hold on.
Here, I'll roll detect magic.
No, I mean I've got the thing up.
Well, and technically you did do detect magic, and that's how you knew.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
the only
know
reason.
what type it would be.
Yeah, it's up to me. But I'm hoping I might know.
You can use your faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears the magic. And you learn at School of Magic if any. It does appear to be illusion magic, yes.
All right. So can I say I'm pretty sure she's hiding something? I just don't know what.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he tell us this at all?
Well,
I mean,
Richter's gonna.
we're in a conversation at the moment, so we really
Yeah.
didn't have an opportunity to do so.
Yeah, Rick, you're. I mean, you all see him acting extremely odd, but
Nothing unusual.
you don't know why.
I guess I'll just kind of wander over and be like, whisper in his ear, like, I don't really know this person, and you seem to. Is she okay? Like, to deal with?
Richter's gonna kind of like shake his head a bit, and he's just gonna, what brings a member of the council to the slums by herself? I didn't even know that you were in the city.
I'm usually in the city, and I prefer to make my own way rather than drawing attention by having guards follow me around. But I'm here for the same reasons that you are, and heard the information and rumors about this stone and something that we should definitely make sure ends up where it needs to be.
Kincaid gave us the information about this. You should come with us. We could talk to him and see if he has any more information.
Can I do an insight check on her?
Yep.
Can I assist?
Nope.
Didn't help.
You can't really help on an insight check. You can do a separate insight check if you'd like.
Yeah, I would like. Is it a case of are her words and her actions quite matching up? I don't know shit.
You all believe everything she has to say.
Well,
Actually, let me just do it this here. Give me a second.
Everyone's just super
Oh,
untrustworthy.
that's so funny. Actually, Zameen and Astrid, you do not believe that she is being honest. Rolled a terrible deception check.
Richter's gonna just like press on what he just said. He's like, so will you come to Kincaid with us and see what else we can come up all together?
I'm actually just going to grab Richter's hand real quick and pull him away from the group. Hold on. I'm going to talk to my friend just really quickly and kind of pull him further back into the room.
Oh, don't worry about that. And then, so, while they are talking, and I suppose we should talk about other things, I am quite curious about all your adventures before you met Vox Machina, and she's just going to start rambling a whole lot about that and asking Allura all these questions about what she did in her past, what she did with before the thing, how she faced the Cinder King before he became the Chroma Conclave, etc., 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 etc.
Okay.
She is genuinely looking curious.
Once Zameen says that to me, I'm just gonna say, well, there's, you've seen what I can do to myself, making myself look different. She has an illusion over herself, but I don't know if it's just because she's trying to hide an object, or I can't tell what it is.
Or maybe she isn't her, and it's the Myriad trying to get us to find it.
It's possible. Can you dispel magic or anything like that?
No. Not
Richter's
right now.
gonna Richter's going to, just keeping his back to where Astrid and stuff is, he's going to point a finger at her, like hopefully without Allura seeing it, and just send a message to Astrid saying, if you can dispel magic, do it near Allura's head right now.
Yeah. As Astrid continues to chat, she'll just step a bit more forward and will attempt to cast Dispel Magic.
Can I just see these three acting weird?
Yeah. And in fact, Allura can see it as well. And even as you would attempt to cast the spell, she sort of backs up and says, my apologies for the deception. And she reaches up and grabs what appears to be thin air, but as she does, she pulls off what appears to be a hat. And in front of you is actually a very good-looking drow man. And he sort of like takes the hat off with a flourish, and a bow. Again, apologize for the ruse. I didn't think that you would trust a drow. Most people don't.
Yes, the best way to earn trust is by lying.
Would you have trusted me if I walked in like this?
More so than if we caught you in a lie, yes.
Yeah, pretty much what he said.
He just sort of winks at Yuzumi and says, fair point. What I told you, however, is very true, and what I'm seeking is also what you're seeking. And I happen to know where and he sort of like gives sort of a side eye at the blood-stained symbol. So I know where they would have taken him.
And who exactly do you work for?
You're looking at him.
So you work for yourself, and you want the stone.
Well, don't really care about the stone so much as the fact that the stone can tell us where lots of money is.
Right, so you want the stone.
Temporarily, I don't want to really care about the stone itself. The stone is the key to finding the treasure, but I don't care about keeping it otherwise.
Well,
like I said, it is actually, again, what I told you. My appearance may have been false, but what I told you is true. The stone could very well be dangerous. It does have other properties that I would prefer to not get involved with.
Well, now that we've caught him in a lie, do I believe him telling us that what he did actually say is the truth?
Yeah, I can do an insight check.
Oh my god.
Astrid's the only one that seems particularly insightful, and he does seem to be telling the truth as far as that goes about the stone and everything.
Before we continue any further, would you like to actually give us your name?
My friends tend to call me Axel, though I don't really have many friends.
Well, Axel, it's a pleasure to actually meet you.
And he sort of like gives you another little wink. And likewise, you can see that he is a fairly charismatic guy, and you do kind of. He seems likable in that sort of like roguish, dastardly kind of way. He doesn't seem particularly like. I mean, it's not Han Solo type of thing. He's the bad guy, but you don't want to punch him in the face necessarily.
Well, here's the thing, Axel. What we also said here was true. The Myriad is probably scrying on us. That's how they keep getting ahead of us. Twice now we've shown up, and what we were looking for was either dead or gone. So that's one problem. Second problem is trying to do this for you. What would we get out of it besides being stuck between you, the Myriad, and gods know who else is looking for this thing? That's a lot of risk for us to take so that you can have a ton of money.
I could say give you 10,000 gold.
If we find the stone, why would we give it to you just for you to pay us a very, very small percentage of the hidden gold?
Well, for a start, you just get 10,000 gold, and you would have no further risk.
We would still have the stone, which people are hunting for.
No, you would give the stone to me. I would give you 10,000 gold, and I'll go find the treasure and take all the risks involved, and you go off on your merry way with 10,000 gold.
10,000 gold is a very small amount of the entirety of the platinum that's down there. Not a greedy person, but that money could be used for good.
We could give the
What are
money to
you
the
going to
council.
use it
They
for?
would probably reward us much better than 10,000 gold.
That is true. Could help a lot of people.
He just sort of like shrugs your shoulders. Look, well, if you want to go and find it yourself, it's all on you. I have the information to get you there, but if you don't want my money or my information, have fun. And he starts to walk off.
I run out and I'll grab him and pull him back into the house.
Okay.
And I'll close the door. I don't think we're quite done with this conversation yet.
So we're threatening now? Is that what we're doing?
No, that wasn't a threat. I'm just saying there's more to consider.
I made my offer. You turned it down. What else is there to discuss?
Can we at least have a second to discuss it amongst ourselves? Without you disappearing, by the way.
Do you want me to put my fingers in my ears?
That's not really going to help.
It would be
But-
most appreciated.
If you could, yeah.
Master just has a smirk on her face.
He just sort of goes down and sits on the broken bed and very dramatically, puts his hands out all the way and then like slowly puts his fingers in his ears while just looking at you.
And her smile widens. She's having an amusing time.
Everyone, cover
amidst
your
all the blood.
mouths.
Oh, yeah, we're all going to face away from him.
I'm not.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am staring at him.
just cover
Okay.
your mouth.
Okay. So, here's the thing. That money could help a lot of people, not just one. But I feel like... I'm not trying to be greedy here, but I think that amount is a ripoff. Besides that, we really don't know anything about this guy or why he wants this money. Could just be because he's greedy. Who knows? But there's a lot of danger in all this. And if we give him that, he could be working for someone else. He's gonna just keep it, and then that's it. I don't know, but I know that maybe his information on getting us to where the Myriad may have taken guy we were looking for could be possibly important, but he could also be leading us into a trap. So that's why I didn't want him to leave.
Oh, he seems very trustworthy to me.
We can make him a counter-offer, considering if we decide to go with him and use his information, that'll make 5 people. There's 500,000 worth of platinum. Are you seeing the math?
I don't think he wants us to go with him, and that makes me even more curious.
Yes, it's more like he just wants us to deliver the stone and then he continues on his way. So it's more like a delivery fee, I suppose, than the actual treasure itself.
But how do we know that he's not just walking us into a myriad trap?
Eh. I have watched his mannerisms and all that, and he seems to be telling the truth to me.
Richter's gonna put his hand over his mouth and just say, I still say we just bring him to the guards and let them figure it out. He came in lying to us. I don't see a reason to trust him at all.
You cannot arrest a person just for lying, Richter.
And on top of that...
But he has information that the guards would want. He showed up at a place where there was a crime and is saying he knows where the victim is. I'm pretty sure the guards would be of interest with where this person is.
Yes, that's true, but you think he's really going to tell them? And that with that kind of magic, he can't just get out?
Did you see that? It was the hat. It wasn't his magic.
But he could be more powerful than we know. And on top of that, if we do tell the guards, who knows if the guards are in on some of this? Weren't you arguing that last week?
I was arguing that we should not tell Kincaid that we were in a house full of murdered victims. This is a little bit different.
I just don't think turning him over to the guards is going to be the most helpful route. Because even if the guards go there to try and find them, the Myriad's going to know ahead of time that the guards are coming after them, and then they're going to disappear and go somewhere else.
I didn't say we send the guards after the Myriad. I said we give him to the guards.
And how are we going to find the Myriad then?
How were we going to do it before? We were going to search around by ourselves.
Which is a really possibly deadly way to do that since they keep scrying on us. I would think if we were going to do it by ourselves, the best way to find the Myriad would be to find the clasp. I mean, you guys do know where the clasp is, right?
We do, but I don't believe they would just help us, and getting help from Zalia again would be quite difficult, and this would take too long for her.
If we went to the clasp, they would want to know why we want to find them. They would want to know what the stone can do. They would want the treasure afterwards. It would be the exact same situation we're in now.
Great, so we're stuck in between random drow, government, clasp, and the Myriad. And goodness knows who else.
Wouldn't mind just following what Axo says and getting the 10,000 gold and perhaps deciding what to do later, perhaps a double cross.
I was actually thinking the same thing. That makes me feel terrible.
That much money in someone's hands that we do not know what they want to do with it is not something I want to do.
Me either.
So having him anywhere near the stone or anywhere near being able to find the treasure is not something I want.
As the thing is, he can go find it himself right now.
If he could do that, he would not have offered us 10,000 gold to do it for him.
Which stands to reason. Why does he want us to find the Myriad and where they're keeping this guy if he could do it himself? Probably means he needs muscle.
There are too many unknowns for there to be a good idea to trust this person.
Yes, but I actually almost sort of agree with a mixture of Lilith and Astrid's idea. Follow him, see if we can go with him to find the money, and then possibly a double cross? I really don't want to suggest that. I feel really bad. I feel like I should take my cloak off when I say that. But
or maybe renegotiate.
That's true.
And I wonder if he needs muscle or whatever. Perhaps us four just ganging up on him might be okay. Potentially.
Matt, real quick, what do I know about this supposed lost or hidden treasure or anything like that? Do I know, like, who it belonged to or anything?
Nope.
No? We just know it's under Imam.
somewhere, and it's not even something that you would really. It was all kind of new to you. You really weren't aware that that was a thing.
So are we gonna go with him at least, or not?
I am in the minority, so I will follow you.
I believe we should at least begin following him to see where it leads us.
All right, but I do have one more question for him. As long as we're in some sort of at least temporary agreement between ourselves.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, and I'll just walk over and I'll like pull his fingers out of his ears and like kind of crouch down so I'm eye level.
Yep.
I suppose you're probably going to lie to me about this, or just not answer. But what do you want the money for?
He just sort of smiles. What does anybody want money for? So that I don't have to do things like this. So that I don't have to live in the gutter. So that I don't have to worry about people spitting on me because of who I am. Because I'll just buy friends. I'll buy companions. I'll buy whatever I want. That too.
Oh my god, Layla. Just FYI, bought friends and companions wear out very quickly. That sounds like a sad existence. But for now, we will follow you if you have information on where he may have been taken. But if you try any tricks or anything else, you're one person, and we are much stronger than you.
Yeah, and then he just sort of chuckles nervously. He's like, maybe there's some misunderstanding. I wasn't going with you. I'm not really a fighter.
Oh, but I think you should.
So I'll give you right now as a payment up front.
So someone who claims they're not much of a fighter carries 5,000 gold with them in the slums.
Well, I don't actually have it on me.
So we'd have to go somewhere else and then back, and you're
I
not
could have
actually
it
going to
delivered
be
wherever
there.
it is that you'd like it to be delivered to. You understand this is a big risk on my behalf. This is basically all the money that I've accumulated my entire life, and I'm using this with the hope that I can make a whole lot more with it. But if you don't succeed, then I don't succeed, so I have no reason to trick you or lie to you.
But you seem
I just
to
can't
have...
do this on my own, and, you know...
But you seem to have some kind of magic, right? Or is it just the hat?
I can do a couple of spells. It's sort of inherent for my race, but nothing particular exciting. And he does the dancing lights cantrip, so the lights sort of like fly around his head.
Matt, would I know anything about this, not this drow, but the drow in general, considering the time I spent with the elves?
A little bit. I mean, everybody would probably have a small amount of knowledge about the drow.
Okay.
They are generally not very well liked. They are normally found in the Underdark. You don't often see them out and about.
Because doesn't light actually reduce their abilities and kind of painful or something?
I think it gives them disadvantage on stuff.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, sunlight sensitivity. They do have disadvantage on certain rolls because of it.
See, it just really makes me uncomfortable. The fact that you're just telling us, well, over there's where they're keeping him, and they already scry on us, so they're gonna know we're coming.
They could have sent you.
Yeah, that is true.
He just sort of shrugs again, like, yeah, they could have.
Okay, shall we just skip past this? What's the location?
Well, we have to come to an agreement here. I'm not just going to tell you where it is and then you not do what I'm asking you to do.
Well, you're asking us to find the location and what? Get him? And then find the stone because he may know where it is? What if he's already dead?
Then you'll have 5,000 gold.
Well, I mean, we were going to investigate anyway, just would make things faster and put money in our pocket.
That's true, but we have to decide on where it would be sent, and I know where I wouldn't want it to be sent.
Well, we could choose a tavern or inn and meet up with him, but send it there or something.
Or to a certain temple
Or to a temple.
where we have made friends recently. Is this what we're really going to do? Take 5,000 gold and then walk right into a myriad trap? Oh,
That's not the scary part. The scary part is what he will do with the money afterwards. He can say he wants friends and this and that, but that much money can buy you a lot of power, and power in the wrong person's hands is very, very dangerous.
that's true. So if we do find out where this stone is, we're just supposed to hand it over to you.
That's why he wants to make a deal.
And you don't want us to go with you, say, to actually protect you.
I mean, if you want to come with me to find the treasure, we could, but the deal would not be that you take any of it. So it seems like I didn't ask you that, because why would you do that for me? Why would you go if you were not going to get anything from it? You see, it's my understanding, and I don't know this for certain, so it could end up being my death, but from what I've been able to ascertain, the treasure is guarded by traps, which I feel I have a much better chance of getting around than, something that's going to try and stab me in the face with a sword. So I'm willing to take that risk, but to get the stone itself, probably people with swords will try and stab you in the face, and that's not really my thing.
Well, what do you guys think?
I still say what I said before.
All right. Well, for now, I suppose have the gold sent to, oh my gosh, where were we? Crag, the Allhammer Temple? Is that where we were with the
With Nim.
Nim?
Yep.
Just have the gold sent there. We will pick it up. And how will we know where to find you if we do survive this apparent ambush?
You could find me at the Seven Masks Theater over in the Dock Ward.
All right. Well, if we have an agreement, we should probably wait until the 5,000 gold is delivered before we do anything. So I'm assuming you're not going to tell us where the location is until then, which just slows things down,
We
which
don't
means
have
he may be
to-
dead.
We don't have to wait for the gold. If he doesn't send it, we don't give him the stone. It's very simple.
That is true.
That and the rest of the money.
just sort of like claps his hands together. He's like, "Great!" And he pulls out this little like hand-drawn map, showing you a what is essentially like a manhole cover in down to like a what appears to be like a cellar/sewer system that he believes that's where they are.
Do I recognize like where we would go underneath, like head down?
Yeah, seems somewhat familiar. I mean, you've never gone down there, but like the map like makes sense to you. Like, okay, I get the direction that you're saying.
Right.
Is there anybody in particular at the temple that I should send this to? Like, they're just going to be a little bit confused, I would think, if just a bunch of money shows up or case.
Just send it and ask that. Just leave a message that it be held for Nim.
Okay.
And I'll snatch the paper out of his hand and start walking out.
All right.
You're not gonna follow us with that creepy hat, are you?
Nope. Going the other direction.
All right. Well, hope we don't die.
Me too.
And I'll just open the door again and walk out with, or I guess it's already open because Richter went through it, unless he's just walking through doors now. And I'll follow him.
Hey, goodbye, Axel. And she'll head out as well.
All right.
Next time, just be honest. It makes the whole transaction a lot smoother.
And just sort of like, you can see that he kind of like lowers his eyes a little bit, like he feels like bad, and he's like, understood.
Fingers crossed we get back. And walk away.
And I guess when we're pretty far away and we're walking in that direction, I'm just kind of going to say to the group, I'm not sure that if we do survive this and do somehow end up finding him and he's still alive, and if we can find this thing, that we should give it to him. I think once it's found, maybe renegotiations should be happening.
I don't think there's an amount of money he could pay me to make me want to give it to him.
I will say, Richter, it's generally not a wise idea to start picking fights with drow.
What he is makes no difference to me. All I know is that he came in, he lied, he wants a lot of money for a very low price, and that kind of stuff can buy very dangerous things.
That is true. I'm kind of with you. I don't know if I want this guy to have it. But I also feel really dishonest just taking it and his money. But if we keep it, I mean, he kind of knows who we are.
I would have rather given the money to the city.
Well, what we could do always is set up a trap, have him arrested, give the money to the city and him and the object.
Well, as Layla said, we're not sure he did anything wrong. It's just I don't trust him to have that much money. We're already on our first step now, so there's no reason to think about it until we have to.
All right.
And I'm gonna just keep walking towards wherever this like sewer entrance is.
Okay.
If anyone gets that weird feeling in front of their face again, let the rest of us know.
Well, I could always cast non-detection on us, but only 3 of us. I'm not sure how much it would help, and that would also make me unable to cast any kind of other higher level spells.
Well, speaking of which, I'm gonna cast aid on Richter,
I
Astrid.
Richter will decline it and say, "I usually stay back. You three are the ones who tend to get hit."
Okay, then I'll cast aid on us 3.
I'm just actually, if you want to take a quick break, check on a couple. Well,
I'll fill up my water again real quick then.
okay.
Gonna make some tea. I'll be right back.
All right. So this thing is so dumb. I hate the way that they set this up. It's cool and awful at the same time. So I was mistaken as far as how many chapters there actually are. There are not 7. They're in fact essentially we're on chapter 4, and there are essentially like 4.5 chapters essentially.
So we're nearly finished.
Because the chapters are based on the season. So like summer is chapter 5, and like spring is chapter 6, and autumn is chapter 7. So it's like, but you don't play all those chapters. You only play one of those chapters.
Gotcha. That's a really strange way to label it then. Why not be like, just say it's chapter 4 summer, chapter 4 fall, like instead of being confusing.
It's very confusing because that's part of the thing I was looking at. I was like, okay, so where's the rest of this? Because I'm like, I can see what they have planned, and then God, I really just don't like the official stuff. It's like I'm just gonna use like inspiration and maps. Like that's what I'm gonna use from like the official D&D stuff, because it's just like, and honestly, I think it would be worse if you were doing it like out of the book that you buy versus like even on Roll20. It just, because you'd have to be flipping through all these different pages. I don't know. But again, the issue as well is that like this is designed for as an introduction to D&D as well, and so it's like I keep having to try and adjust to like, okay, everybody knows these things, and we don't want to fight goblins. We're not level 2.
Or kobolds.
Yeah, kobolds. And then it's funny that you say that. In fact, the place that we're going to be going right now, as you say it, originally had kobolds and goblins.
Of course.
Just outside, silly question. How much does a platinum piece weigh?
I think it's the same as a gold piece.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't actually care, like, as far as that goes, like, how much, the stuff weighs. Like, as far as I'm concerned, unless it gets absolutely ridiculous, if you have a bag of holding, you can pretty much just carry everything. I don't really care.
No,
that's just...
The reason why I'm asking is because, yes, I could fill a bag of holding, but could I not also carry multiple bags, or like a big heavy bag that could hold an extra 500 pounds?
I mean, if you're talking about like a backpack or something, that would, you probably could.
Like a chest or something, yeah. Layla's a freaking beast.
Yeah, like fill that up with shit as well, because I can carry up to 540 pounds worth of stuff.
Yeah, and you do have 2 other characters that have 18 to 20 strength.
And if I was dragging or pushing a chest, I can do up to 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, but we don't want to be pushing a chest through him on.
Yeah, I mean, like, there are certain games where, that kind of stuff is like that micromanagement, and like it just makes sense. Like if I'm gonna be trudging through the desert, and things like that, or just depending on like the setting of the game. But given that we're following critical roles, Matt generally does not care about any of that stuff, and I'm gonna follow suit because. Mostly because it's just kind of a pain in the ass for everybody involved to like keep track of it, and for you to be keeping track of it, and for me to say, well, how much weight are you carrying? Like, it's just like...
I think the only time I've ever heard Matt say anything about it was when, after they killed Vorgol, he was like, no, you can't take any more gold, you filled up the bag. I think that's the only time you've ever said it.
The only other time was that when they, at least in this campaign, was when they were taking the glaive off of that kobold, like that knoll, where he was like, it won't fit in the bag, and then he even admitted later on via Twitter that he's like, yeah, it could have probably fit, but it was more fun for it not to, so that's why he did it. But that's the only time I've ever even heard them say any, like those 2 instances are really the only time where it was like, oh, okay. And like, honestly, it got to the point with Vox Machina anyway, they had so much gold that it didn't even matter. It was like, you can buy whatever you want, you don't need to carry a dragon's hoard worth of gold around, because it doesn't matter. You can buy what you want anyway.
Oh yeah.
Spend a bunch of time digging up a ship.
Yeah.
Like,
it was just more of a clarification that in theory I could carry quite a lot of platinum if we decided to go down that route.
I swear that's in the player's handbook somewhere, but I'm looking at like the gear, and they don't have it has the weight and it doesn't say it, and then it doesn't have it by... I know it's listed somewhere, I just don't...
Yeah, because I went into like equipment and wealth, and it tells you how much it's all worth, but I don't think it actually gives you a...
It is somewhere in the book somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Doesn't really
where
matter.
It doesn't.
It just weighs the same as everything else. It's just a different material. Okay.
I just put 100 platinum on my character sheet, and it made my weight go up 2 pounds. So 100 is 2 pounds.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say you could technically calculate it that way.
According to the thing I just looked up, for encumbrance purposes, 10 gold pieces weigh 1 pound.
Which matches. Well, no, because that would mean 50 platinum is 1 pound, so that would make platinum less weight.
I mean, even if we don't know the exact, it's still a lot of platinum we could carry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to like take it all by
God,
yourself.
no.
But yeah.
But we could definitely get a fair amount.
So I'll look to everyone as we like come down, and I'm gonna just say, I can go in front like I have been to check for traps and stuff, especially if this is gonna be going towards a myriad location.
That would definitely be appreciated.
All right.
I'll be right behind you.
And I will be behind you.
So I will just, I guess, start off checking for any sort of traps, anything like that. I don't know if anyone. Well, I don't know if Zameen can help me.
For
Investigation.
investigation, I can't.
Okay, so an 11.
It is locked. It does not appear to be trapped. On the door, it's a pretty heavy duty door. It's made of iron and wood. And it does say, there's a big sign on it in common. It says sewer access authorized city officials only.
Okay. I look to everyone and I just say, you're all ready?
Yes?
Yeah, I guess so.
And since I can finally do it, I will knock.
That's a tough door. That was a DC 17 lockpick or a DC 20 to knock it down, so...
I mean, can I just roll for shits and giggles to see if it would have worked?
Sure.
No.
Nope. But knock works, no matter what, so...
Alright, so that's 1 second level spell down.
But everyone heard it within 300 feet.
Yes.
Yep, but... Alright. So I will hop out. Which way does it seem like the water's flowing? Is it going down?
Yeah, south.
Okay.
And as you get there, you can see that it's about 3 feet deep, that water there, that sewage. It is, based on the smell, this is fresh sewage coming down that from the north.
Okay. I'm going to wrap a cloth around my face and just keep moving. Once I get to this corner, can I check again? I just want to... I mean, if you want, my passive investigation is, I think, 23. Unless you want me to keep rolling for like every time we're in the hallway.
No.
All right.
Layla, are you actually walking in the poop water?
Oh no, I was just getting out of there. Makes no difference.
Layla, it's too late.
Oh,
You
okay.
smell now.
I think we're all gonna smell anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And in all
Alright.
fairness, me losing 3 feet still makes me taller than probably Richter.
Yeah, easily. All right. Is this like a little bridge we're going over?
No, that's going. Well,
Sewage.
yeah, this is a bridge going
Okay.
down. But then to the east there is sewage.
All right.
But you can see, and I'll just to stop you from wasting time, you have to go that way because down to the south is just basically that's the end of the map. So I
Is
don't
it?
have a good excuse as to what it is. You don't see anything down there. There's
Yeah, it's a
nothing
drop
down.
off.
It's more sewer.
Yeah.
So you're basically forced to go into the.
Okay.
the water.
Is this also poop water?
It's not quite as concentrated, but it is, yes.
Because Richter would honestly probably cast fly on himself if it was complete. Oh, actually, no, I don't have it ready. Shit.
Someone's getting pushed in the poop water.
I wish I knew what the walker had it prepared. Be most helpful.
All right, yeah. Richter just he pulls Rascal up onto his shoulder and just hops on in.
Yeah, I don't have anything to help me with this, so I'm going in.
What's wrong with all of you? It's just feces.
Yeah, in our boots.
Yeah, it's tall enough that it actually is going down into your boot.
Well, it's actually probably in my fucking waist because I'm
Well,
I'm like 5'8" or 5'9".
Oh no, you've got poop pants.
Yeah.
Astrid is 5'4", I think it was. So yep.
yeah, it's
Thank
like
God your hair's curly. Otherwise, if it was straight, it'd be in the fucking water.
yeah, it's
Oh,
3 feet.
no.
It's 3 feet deep. So
I'm 5'8", so it's probably in my pants too.
I've literally got 5 feet above the shit.
yeah,
You're definitely gonna need to clean your fucking cloak after this.
Oh, my poor clothes.
As we're going, can I just like study the walls and see if there's anything like written, any sort of messages or thieves' cant or anything like that?
yeah. Do a perception check.
Even though I technically wouldn't be able to read it. Ooh.
Is it a thing with rogues, unless you know thieves can't, you can't really point it out?
I mean,
Yeah,
you
it
can-
might be.
I think you can. I thought you could see like writing, but you couldn't tell what it was. But either way, what you don't see any of that. But what you do see is actually right here. There are secret doors that you see.
Right
to
where?
the north and south, right here.
You might be on GM layer.
I am on the dynamic lighting layer.
Oh.
Because I have to wait for doors right there.
Okay. All right. Richter's gonna point that out, and as we're walking, and say, "Well, it appears that there's some doors hidden in the wall. Just be careful. Something might pop out from them, or." And he's gonna keep moving forward. You said there's one to the north and south.
Yes.
All right. I guess we'll start above first. I'll look to see if I can open that one. Well, I'll check for traps and stuff first, and then open it.
Okay.
Since it's a hidden door.
Neither of them appear to be trapped.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll push open the top one. Okay. Great. And I'll move out of the way so everyone can come in. It's so funny because on my screen it appears as Maggie is like the only token there, so it's like the owl's following me.
Well, yeah, I
I
mean,
see
like
the
from what I
same
see
with
too is-
Rascal.
yeah, exactly. Rascal
Yeah.
on the top.
Yeah.
So everybody make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I'm so good at that.
Because someone didn't check for traps as soon as they
I did
walked
check for
in.
traps.
He did check for traps.
It's got to just be the smell or something.
Oh, nothing affects me.
Damn. I rolled very low.
Can I give some of my excess to other people?
Like hold our faces or something. Lick your hand over our noses.
Stop breathing.
This is going so well.
Shall we just let the air quotes barbarian go in and trigger all the traps first? Oh, I forgot to ask, you cast aid, is that an extra 5 or 6 hit points?
That is an extra 5 hit points.
Okay. I'm just adding it onto the token.
All right. So, as you enter this room here, you do see what appears to be you appear to be in an old cellar, essentially. There are stone pillars and arches that are in the middle of the room that are supporting the ceiling there. There is sort of mismatched stonework on either side of this this wall right here. It's like a half demolished wall. So it looks like it was at one point two different chambers. They sort of broke down a wall and made into one.
And do I know what caused us to make that save?
Nope.
So, okay. Then I would like to investigate around the room.
And Astrid will help.
Okay.
Oh my god.
In this room, there doesn't appear to be much.
Alright. I'll tell everyone I see another path, I think.
Yeah, there's a stairway. Should we look in the other room first, or?
Sure.
Oh, but we have to get back in the water.
Well, no, there's another pathway over here.
Oh.
So in that room there, it looks like it was a wine cellar. You
Okay.
can see that there's rotting wood and broken bottles. The stairs are actually bricked over.
Okay, so there's no, like, exit anymore?
Nope.
Okay. Alright. I will open the one to the south.
Would you like me to go first?
Richard kind of just fucking shakes his head and ushers you forward.
I'll go into the door, please.
So go ahead and roll initiative.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to take me forever because stuff to pull up.
Oh, Richter.
Yep.
I'll see you next week.
And I'll break the illusion here that where you guys, Astrid and everywhere, that room that you just searched, where there was a bunch of ridiculously pointless fights there that I just skipped because it's like that was just a room to go and fight things. There was literally nothing to find in there. It was just go in there and fight things. It's like that's just so dumb. It's just not worth it. It wasn't even interesting creatures to fight. So it's like I'm just going to skip that because it's dumb. So
That's like one of the hidden rooms you don't want to find.
yeah, I mean, it's just like I don't get it. Like, I guess again, it's just this idea that like they're like, oh, well, it's combat, and so that's D&D, and that's I get having fun, like, oh, I'm gonna use my skills and stuff, but it's like if the fights don't mean anything, and you're not even gonna get any loot out of it, then what the hell's the point? All right, so let me pull up all of the things that you're gonna fight.
Yeah, I think I've definitely got enough of a reaction to say, well, fuck me.
And technically, I'm first in initiative, so, well, at least per our order. So I'm gonna have to. I don't even know if I can get there because I'm stuck in this room.
I mean, in all fairness, you don't want to be in this room.
It's probably better if I am.
It's probably better if someone's in here with me, but so far from what I can see, it's already not good odds numerically for me.
Which is why I could even it.
Well, so far I can see 4, and it splits off into 3 different areas.
Oh.
We're doing opposite initiative order today, right? So I get to go first.
If that's the case, you would always go first.
I usually either roll like a 7 or a natural 1.
That's crazy.
Well, it's good having the wizard at the back. You can assess the situation and cast Fireball.
Oh, I don't even have it prepared.
I do miss Zamin's +7 to initiative, but
9. And it was Zalia.
oh yeah, sorry.
You are Zamin.
Yeah, +9.
Yeah, I've got a +0, and I still always end up in the at least 10.
All right. So, well, if you recognize, as soon as you walk in the room, a bunch of Duragar, so the dark dwarves, you recognize them immediately, and then they come in to swarm you. The first one comes in with a war pick, and he is going to get advantage on you, and he swings wildly both times. You're able to dodge out of the way of those.
With a 19 AC.
15 and a 9 to hit. Yeah. All right. So this guy's going to come up. He is going to come up and then cast Enlarge on himself first. And then swing at you with a enlarged war pick.
Mm.
And he, you see as he runs up and this tiny little dwarf becomes this gigantic creature. And it's almost as if in slow motion when he swings at you, you just sort of like dodge out of the way, and then you dodge out of the way again and just sort of look up at him like, really? That's it? And Zameen, it is your turn.
Can I actually sneak past them if I hear him say, "Oh shit," and like head towards the room?
Astrid and Richter are both not particularly large folks, so I would say you take to move through them. You would trying to get through there. I would say you would to get through Richter, you'll have to take double movement. You can get through Astrid.
Okay. And technically, I could get. I think from here, it would take double movement to get past one of the Duragar.
You can't move through the creature or an enemy.
Oh, okay. So I just have to stand here.
You can stand there. So if you have any spells, you could cast.
I'm casting Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
One of Matt's favorite spells.
What do your Spirit Guardians look like? Because what was it that they're like bugs for?
No, they were fairies.
Fairies, yes.
Well, for me, Spirit Guardians are going to look basically like I think it looks like angels.
Yeah, I mean, if you're holy, then there generally are. But
and if you're evil, then they're necrotic. But for me, they kind of look like oh gosh, like what are they called? The winged women in battle.
Valkyries.
Valkyries. They look like Valkyries.
Nice. All right. So, is it within? Okay. So, any number of creatures you see.
And right now, I can see the two on the sides of him, and I could see the enlarged Duragar. I don't know if I could see over one of the normal Duragar to that other thing that's in there.
I say you probably could.
Okay,
So
and
put that person on the list as well.
yes, and it's 15 feet, so I think it would hit him. 5. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it would. So all four of them would have to. Okay, so it is a wisdom saving throw. All right. So, holy shit. Okay. Well, that guy's dead. Um,
Impaled by a Valkyrie.
Nine. Yeah, when I pulled that up, I was like, "Oh, I didn't know how many hit points that guy had. Oh, not that many. He's gone."
So he was the most powerful one.
I'm not really sure. Yeah. So is that your turn?
Yeah, because I don't have any bonus action cantrips.
Right. So it is the guy to, I guess technically to your right.
Yeah.
And doesn't he
Lala.
have to? Isn't it at the start of his turn he has to do it again?
Yeah.
Yep, at the start of its turn, if it starts in there, it must make a wisdom saving throw again.
They are not good with their wisdom saving throws. I rolled a 1. All right. So he doesn't have room to enlarge, so he will just attempt to attack you with his war pick. Advantage with an 18, which still misses, and a 9, which also misses. So he swings wildly at you, and like Lalith, it's almost becoming comical at this point for you. You've just got all these surrounded by dwarves, and they're just missing left and right, and you're just sort of like bobbing and weaving like a boxer, and just like, oh yeah, okay, try again. So it was this guy's turn, but he's dead now. So Lalith, it is your turn.
Oh. Okay. I will fighting spirit because that's kind of what I do. So I'm actually going to aim for the one on my left, so this one.
Okay.
So this would be 2 strikes with the rapier, and it'll be a 3rd strike offhand with the longsword. So I'll just do the 2 rapiers first. So it's 1, 2. So that's I'm guessing I hit.
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay. Okay, I'll slide across. I'll take my offhand attack with the longsword. Does a 16 hit?
You're attacking the one?
To my north now.
Okay, yeah, that 16 is his AC. That does hit.
Okay. So the way that I'm seeing it is because I'm dual wielding now. It's a case of I'm using the offhand attack as kind of forcing them into the position to strike them with the rapier, like thematically.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, he's looking pretty weak. So it is now this other creature's turn.
Oh, there's another one.
What is this tiny little thing?
That thing's gonna bite someone's ass and it's gonna hurt.
I can't even see this tiny thing.
So
But if he comes into range and starts his attack near 15 feet, he has to also undergo Spirit Guardians.
oh, he doesn't have to do that. He's standing
Oh,
right where
shit.
he is.
Damn it!
That's going to
Okay.
make every enemy ranged.
Well, I mean, this guy's ranged, but nobody else is. So
Well, technically, I can put Spirit Guardians up to like 60 feet away from me or something, but yeah.
I thought it was
Richter,
centered on you.
Zameen and Lala.
Oh, it is. It is centered on me. Never mind.
First off, make a dexterity saving throw.
You included me in that, right?
No, not you. It's
Oh,
just-
okay.
I said you by mistake.
Oh yeah, no, I am not dexterous.
All right.
I'm good.
So
Wow, Lilith dodging everything.
Fucking
and
Neo.
technically, I am stuck in between two walls right now.
you're
so
like, oh shit, I can't move.
I'm-
thematically, it's either hit or the poop water, and I'm choosing the hit.
Yeah, and I'm already dodging everything.
All right. So you see from this little floating creature, these rays start shooting out from it.
Oh god, now I know what it is.
Lalith, you get out of the way. Zameen, you take 10 points of cold damage. And then you also both need to now make a strength saving throw. Which is, both of you are strong. Pain in the ass, yeah. So you both actually get hit by this ray, but it's just sort of like it hits you. It doesn't do any damage, but you can sort of feel like an impact where you can kind of get the idea that this thing was supposed to like sort of like push you back, because you kind of like get that feeling of like that concussive blast, but you're both able to hold your feet.
And then Zameen gets real mad because she's like, "Oh no, you don't," because she does not want to go back in that water.
You like dig your like elbows into the sides of the at the side of the door frame, like I'm not moving. All right, so Astrid, you are up.
Okay, Astrid knows that if she steps past Richter, she'll have to stand in the water, so she's just going to stay where she is, and she will cast Toll the Dead on the big one. Once the spell appears, there it is.
Man, you wisdom saving throw. Failed. So he takes 13 points of damage. He is looking pretty rough.
And that's her turn.
All right, Richter, you are up.
All right. Richter is going to also opt not to go back into the shit water. I am going to just pull my right sleeve up a little bit and point 3 fingers out, and I'm going to start Scorching Ray on this guy and swap it over to this one if
Can you see him?
he dies.
Yeah. You
Oh,
probably
actually,
can't see
yeah,
that one.
true. I'm gonna take one for the team, and I'm gonna jump in the poop.
Would you be able to see him still?
Well, it's hard for me to tell since I technically can, but
I think you would probably have to get in the room to see him because he's around the corner basically, and Zameen's in the way.
okay. Well, I don't want to do that because then I'll be at disadvantage. So actually, instead of Scorching Ray, then can I just go ahead and point 1 finger and do Ray of Sickness?
Yep.
All right. So yeah, just at level 1 on the big guy, right underneath Zameen's legs.
Oh, not this.
Oh God.
Oh god. If you made me sick.
It's because I'm in the poop.
Just how Ilbrin shocked me between the legs, you're getting it now.
So,
Yeah,
Oh.
Zameen,
Some
make
poop got in
a
my eye.
dexterity saving throw.
I got poop in my eyes. I'm sorry. I'm gonna definitely have pink eye.
Technically, that part of my body is covered by armor, so, but yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm stuck in this damn doorway.
I just want to point out, I got poop in my eye, and now I am literally Ray of Sicknessing your ass.
Yeah, so it sort of like goes out, and so we'll just say you take 2 points of poison damage from the Ray of Sickness. It wasn't specifically directed at you, so.
And I kind of just turn around and go, oh, why?
And you're technically poisoned until your next turn.
Doesn't that make me at disadvantage?
On attacks. Well, she does get a con save. I don't know if you want to give her, because I did hit her without her realizing it. It's a DC 16 con save if she rolls it.
Well, there we go.
Oh.
All right. So you're not poisoned.
So yeah, Richter's gonna just kind of look ashamed and walk a little bit further down into the poop water. So Astrid has better aim.
I mean,
Like-
technically, like right here, Like there is a ledge there. If you can kind of see it on the map, like you could kind of probably
He
be standing
deserves
on
to
it.
be in the shit right now. It's okay.
Oh, he's like just moping his way down the poop
Oh.
stream.
Just leave me, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
All right, so it is now the giant Duragar's turn. He needs to do a wisdom saving throw, which he fails, and he only had 4 hit points, so it doesn't really matter. I guess you can roll for
3 ones. Nope.
yeah. All right, so the Valkyries stab him to death, and the big guy shrinks down to his normal size and dies. And Zamin, it is your turn.
I hate that there's no grid marks. Okay,
There are, you just have to zoom in to see them.
Yeah, it's very...
They're very faint.
oh, okay, there we go. Oh. But then I'm
There we
gonna
go.
have to take
I
a
made
hit
them
of
black. Now you
opportunity.
should be able to see them better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna be able to walk over that Duragar's body, probably,
You could.
because I think no matter where I move out of this doorway, I'd still have to take an attack of opportunity from the Duragar.
From this one, you would, yeah, because you could step down here, and then you could step like between the two if you wanted to go that direction. But you would you'd take
okay.
it from that guy, yeah.
I'll just step in and smack him with my warhammer.
Uh, 15 does not hit.
Well, crap.
He's able to dodge out of the way of that.
And I can't do anything else.
Doesn't matter. Spirit Guardian's probably gonna kill him in a second here.
Hey, so at least I'm not getting to use my actual weapon damage. It's not doing anything.
It's gonna be. I mean, he has 4 hit points, so yeah, he's gone.
And question, it is concentration for up to 10 minutes, and it is within 15 feet of me. So I can move the Spirit Guardians with me for up to 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's within 15 feet of you, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not you moving them. It's whenever you move, they follow.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's just like a circle of 15 feet around you. Yeah.
I basically just have like an entourage of Valkyries.
Yes, a tornado of them just flying around you.
Awesome. I'm the coolest.
Valith, it is your turn.
Do I know where I got... or attempted to be shot from?
Yeah, you saw the rays coming at you because you dodged out of the way.
Okay, because I can't actually see it on the map. That's why I'm asking.
Well, you would have seen the direction, so they were coming from this direction.
Okay. I will start going ahead. Ah, now I can see it. And let's have some fun again. Do 3 normal attacks. Oh, 2 and a half. So 1, 2, 3. So 24, 26, and 16.
How do you want to do this?
It's a case of leading it where I want to go through the strikes, more of a dance. So I'll lead it left and stab it with the rapier and so on and so forth.
All right. That is it.
What in the world is that thing?
I-
That not the tiny one. Now I know what that is. But and is that like a baby beholder?
Can I do like nature checks on these things to see what they are?
Yep.
Does anyone have nature to assist?
Yes, I will assist. No, never mind.
Still 24.
I thought I had nature. I have survival.
I'm just ask, I mean, how, considering I was surrounded, the hell did not a single one of them manage to hit me?
Apparently, you've become very, very shifty lately. I'm not really sure. I got hit multiple times, but I was stuck in a doorway, and I did not want to fall into that water.
Was it Richter who hit you?
Yes.
He's
And I just kind of
busy looking
stare
over
at
the
him.
body. He is not paying
Side
attention.
nod. I'm like, yeah, but falling into that water with this hair, can you imagine? Good
Oh, I
Lord.
can imagine.
Rubbing his bald head.
Yeah,
I have
Lala
that same
cannot-
problem.
He has no hair at all.
Yeah. But my hair would just be like poop. Just brown hair. Ugh.
Just be glad there's no Goliath poops in that water.
Oh, we could probably ride them down the tunnel, though. That would be something.
Well, it'd give us a different definition of a log flume. Even that's bad.
So, with your investigation, you do know that these were Duragar. This guy here was just a dwarf. You don't discover this because of nature, but you do discover it because it's an intelligence roll. That this is actually a mechanical beholder. You
I pick it up and put it in my bag.
Jesus Christ.
You recognize, you've seen these before. Again, you've seen things like this in the parades that the Nimblewrights are also in. But I mean, you pick up the pieces because Lala hacked it into tiny pieces.
Oh, I am going to scour to make sure I find all the pieces.
Okay.
Nim can probably put that back together.
It would. That's what I'm hoping, and it would be another bit of maybe a friend for him, and also another guard.
And maybe tell it not to shoot us. Or attempt to shoot us.
I'm sure one of these were the ones who created it, so it was just following orders. But yeah, I have. What do you want me like? Mechanical beholder.
Yeah.
You can put that in your own sheet.
Mm-hmm.
God,
Alright.
I'm so happy I've got that offhand attack now. I don't have to waste an action surge for nothing.
Alright. Does it look like this room is the same as the other one? It's just like another cellar?
This is a cellar, yeah. I mean, most of there's a collapsed wall. You do find on the dwarf there. He does appear to be carrying a stone.
Okay.
It is gray. It has some streaks of black on it.
Can I do like an arcana to see if I think it's magical?
I could also cast Identify on it if we take 10 minutes.
I just don't. I don't really want you to have to waste a spell unless it's needed.
Hey, Identify is a ritual.
Oh. Yeah, I'll give it a quick look anyway, and then just hand it to you.
It's hard to tell.
Okay. Yeah, I just hand it to her, and since she's going to be doing a ritual, I'll also sit down and do detect magic just to have a look around.
I'm going to close the sewer door.
Okay.
I'm going to take off my boots and try and get some of this poop water out of here. And I'm kind of just going to pour it on the guys next to me.
Searching through the rest of the area, you don't really find anything. The stone appears to just be a dust.
Okay. Eat the rock.
Well, if he had it, it might mean something eventually, so better to hold on to it.
I suppose. And she'll just put it in her pocket.
And do any of these doors or anything open down here?
They do,
All right.
but I'll save you the time. There's nothing in it.
Okay.
Well, there's nothing in the ones down here. The one that the one that you're going towards, there may be something, but there's nothing in the ones below, like where.
Okay.
Okay.
There's 2 doors over here.
Yeah, there's a door that door you would
Leads back out to the.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then yeah, I'll come over here. I'll check this one for any sort of traps or lock or anything like that.
Astrid can help. Or
It's not.
Okay.
Would you care for me to go in first again? I would like to enter the door, please.
Okay, everybody roll initiative.
Don't even know what that is, but fuck me.
I was so discombobulated. I was like, "Where's initiative?"
Well, shit.
And of course, 10 minutes is up, so my spirit guardians are gone. Why is he in this room? Why are these things in
My
these
question is, how
rooms?
did he even fit? Because I can only see this one door. He definitely ain't fitting through that.
Hey, I didn't make the map. Well, if you're up.
Fuck it, I might as well engage. 'Cause he's not getting out of this room if I'm stood there, is he?
Unless it kills you.
That's probably not going to happen. Okay, I'll spend another fighting spirit. I'm going to do 2 strikes with the rapier. So 1, 2. So, can I tell if he looks hurt? Probably not. After.
No.
Okay, if that's the case, I will action surge to this round. I'll take 2 more strikes with the rapier.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
All right, Cindy, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna move in, and it's a little hard to swing in here, and there's not really enough room for the guardians. So I am going to reach out and touch him and inflict wounds at 2nd level. Which would be...
Does not.
Just got to say, if that was a critical, that would have been an amazing amount of damage.
Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh.
No, action surge is like for a bonus action.
No, because it says right there you get it with your regular action and possible bonus action, so it can't be a bonus action.
But isn't that's what's fighting spirits for?
Oh yes, fighting fear is your bonus action.
Yeah. So it's a case of
Dude.
I can do either like an action surge or the offhand attack. So it's a case of I have to pick.
I cannot believe I missed with that much damage.
All right. So it is now this creature's turn, and he is actually going to make 2 attacks. One at both of you. Can attack Zini first. A 23 to hit.
Ooh,
That does hit.
hot damn!
And you take 24 points of slashing damage.
All right, and as a reaction, he gets Wrath of the Storm.
Dex save. He has a +0. I rolled a 6. So he 12 points of damage.
Oops, ignore the potions of healing. That was an accidental click.
Freudian slip. Help, help!
I wish
Yeah, right?
I want to drink 4 healing potions, please, sir.
And
Yeah.
Lilith, he's going to attempt to attack you. That's a 29 to hit.
So I take 12 points of damage.
Yep.
So minus the 5, that puts me at 8. So that's not too bad.
All right, Richter, you are up.
All right. Do I have any idea what the hell this thing is?
It's a fucking troll.
Well, does Richter know that?
I mean, you could use an action to roll a check.
Nah. Does it look hurt at all?
It's hard to say.
I mean, I did stab it for 45 points of damage.
All right. Well, since he doesn't think it's like extremely hurt, I'm going to cast Scorching Ray at 3rd level.
Okay.
So this is the first. Really? How is that the damage for a crit?
Right.
Motherfucker. Alright. At 3rd level. Wait, why? It's doing 2d6 damage, not... So I should have had another d6, right? Yeah, I should have had another d6 for each of those.
All right, so roll 2d6.
I don't know why it's not working. Alright, so yeah, I'm assuming the second one misses.
16 does hit.
Oh, alright, then I get another extra d6 on that one too. It's asking me what spell level I want, and when I press 3, it's still just not doing it. Yeah. So I get another d6 on that one. That's weird.
Man, you are all about the 6s and 1s.
It's all or nothing.
Primarily just the once.
All right. So he gets hit by a bunch of scorching rays, and he looks annoyed, and you can see his snazzy little vest that he's got on there starting to burn away, and his sexy little pork chop sideburns are starting to get burned away as well, and he's looking angry, and you can see that he's
Okay,
got
well,
some scorch
I
marks.
burned those off, so I'm going to go back over this way.
I've done my duty. Astrid, you're up.
Okay.
And actually, I think Lalith, do you have proficiency in nature?
No, I have in survival.
I have nature, if that makes a difference.
No, because I'm just trying to think of what would be the best thing.
I mean, if it's a mountainous type of creature, it's very possible I've encountered it before.
That's what I was saying. So like I was just trying to determine if it was worth making you roll for it. But you are pretty certain that this is a half ogre. Yeah,
Sexy.
because they are giants. I mean, they're related to giants, so you would have some knowledge of them. You being part of a giant yourself. All right, so I'm sorry, Astrid, go ahead.
That's fine. If I stick a spiritual weapon right there, would it still be able to hit it?
I don't think there would probably be room for a spiritual weapon in there right now with the two of them in there as well.
Yeah. Okay, then.
Because he's actually pretty close to the top of the ceiling there. There's not a whole lot of room in there.
That is a-okay. For now, she will just do a Toll the Dead.
-1 on his wisdom save. I rolled a 15. I would have beat it if he didn't have a -1.
And fortunately, it's 5 versus the 10.
Yeah, that's so weird that you like.
That's dumb.
If they're injured, you take less damage. If
It's technically a higher die, so it's 2d12 versus 2d8, but I just make them roll at the same time.
yeah, but still, it seems kind of goofy.
And real quick, I'm gonna roll this again to see if I fixed it. Okay, yeah, that would work. All right.
All right.
And she's just gonna move back down in case Richter needs to do something.
All right, Lala, you were up.
Okay. I'll lead off with 2 strikes again. So 1, 2. And I will do an offhand attack.
Does that also have advantage?
It does. All attacks have advantage, even ranged attacks, which is ridiculous.
Advantage?
That's it for me.
All right, Zameen, you're up.
This is going to be a less than productive round for me, but I am going to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
2. Okay.
So now my AC is 23.
All right. That's a bonus action. Do you have an action?
Oh yeah, that is a bonus action.
Potion.
I don't have any potions.
Don't you have
You could
4?
always
Nope, that's empty actually.
You could always just swing at it.
I was gonna swing at it without the booming blade, or because I can't cast another spell as an action, can I?
If it's a cantrip, as a bonus action, or no, as a regular action.
Yeah. Because essentially, yeah, that's fine. You could just do it with Booming Blade as well.
In all fairness, it's not like it's going anywhere, so Booming Blade's gonna do shit.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Well, it gets extra damage,
Oh.
just not the extended damage after.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and hit it with my Warhammer.
17 hits.
And so it does 13 bludgeoning damage, but no thunder.
Ready? Is the half ogre's turn. He's going to make his 2 attacks again. Zameen first, which your AC now is high enough that it misses, and against Aleth. Whoa! Which was half of that, so
So is that 11 or 12?
that would be 11.
Okay. I'm actually going to Stone's Endurance. So that's wait a second. Slash 1.
And I don't want to be that guy, but
It's a reaction.
no, I'm not talking about. Your fighting spirit only lasts until the end of your following turn, so I don't think you would take half damage.
Fair enough. Makes no difference. Nah, shit, did it wrong. So I'm taking 16 instead.
And it is your turn.
I'm gonna run back, take a look at this thing. Does it look hurt? Like very, very hurt?
More so than the last time you saw it, yeah.
Not good enough. I'm going to just take out a piece of wood from my pocket. It looks like a bit of a root, and I am going to crumble it and point at Lalith, and he is going to get haste.
Okay.
So I'm sure you already know it, but just in case, that's what you get.
Astrid, you are up.
Okay, Astrid will come back up again. Another Toll the Dead, and this time she's also going to cast Healing Word at 3rd level for Zameen.
Oh, thank you, because I'm within his killing range at this point.
Damage.
And then she's gonna back away again.
And Lalith.
Okay. So it'll be 2 strikes. Actually, I'll fighting spirit for the last time.
I think you get 3 main hand strikes now, right?
2. Yeah. So I have to declare that I'm using the hasted action as an attack. So it'll be 3 main strikes. So 1, 2, 3. And instead of taking the bonus to offhand, I am going to...
Actually, you don't need to do anything. How do you want to do this? That's funny right there. Like the 9, 9, and 8 is exactly his difference. Exact.
Nice.
I'm just turning him into a pincushion.
You could have talked to him. He spoke giant, and now he doesn't speak anything.
Well, considering it doesn't make a difference at this stage, I'll still do it anyway. I regain 10 hit points.
Okay.
So I'm assuming I hear something that sounds like a huge sack of potatoes hitting the ground.
Basically, yeah.
We're just gonna poke his head around like, everyone okay?
Yeah, thank you for the healing. I was really worried there for a second.
Well, it's
Oh,
not...
it's no issue. I admit I may have not noticed your injuries until later. Are you doing okay? Do either of you require more healing? I've got potions as well.
Nothing that a short rest can fix for myself. Certainly wasn't
Yeah.
expecting to see a half ogre today.
In a closet,
And
basically.
Richard's gonna speak up real quick and just say, "Well, everyone, just so you know, within the next minute, Layla is gonna get a bit stunned for about 5 to 10 seconds, but he'll be fine. Don't worry. It's just the spell effects."
Oh.
Okay, good. So not the succubus. Awesome.
No. Well, I mean, unless she attacked at a very opportune time.
Oh, we probably shouldn't have put that out into the world.
Who knows if the DM was thinking of it until now.
Oh, Zameen, if you would like, considering I have ways to self-heal myself in battle, I'm going to pass you a satchel. You can use these. I don't really use them that often. And it's 4 healing potions.
Sweet, I can click that back on. Yay! Okay, then I am gonna use one.
So are we? Well, before you do that, do we want to just take a short rest? Layla said it would be beneficial for him.
Yeah, I don't need rest, so I could stand guard, just in case.
Yeah, I don't think I get any spells back with a short rest, but I could sit here for a little bit. Yeah.
Well, I will get my arcane recovery too then, so I'll get a 3rd level spell back. Sweet.
I'm going to spend 2 hit dice.
I am not going to spend any. I'm going to just send Rascal, since Astrid is going to be on watch. Just send Rascal to hang out with her.
Wait, is that right?
Yeah.
How the hell does that work? I still don't
You
understand.
add your
Does it?
constitution too,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah.
Fair
So
enough.
you rolled 14, then your Constitution is what, a +5?
Oh, yeah, I only needed 14 hit points.
You would have had 13 with your first roll.
Jesus. I mean, I'll take it. I'm not going to complain because it fills up the extra that I would have had.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot. Aid can be rehealed.
Yeah.
So we've seen dwarves, Durgar, mechanical beholders, and what you say is a half ogre.
Yes, considered of giant kin, which is something I have some knowledge of.
Have you ever known them to come? Well, technically it's inside the city, but come close to large cities like this?
They're not the smartest of creatures. A persuasive person could lead them pretty much anywhere.
Why leave one down here and then throw it in a closet?
Is there anything in the closet behind him, perhaps?
Richter,
Oh,
would you like a
Layla's
look?
gonna have to move him.
Oh yeah, I'll maneuver him if someone wishes to look at him.
Yeah,
Or
Astrid
under
will.
him.
Yeah.
If I'm done with my rest, I'll help Astrid as she looks around.
I'm picking up a half ogre so people can loot it.
Make sure you get in those crevices, Astrid.
Oh.
You do not find it.
No, it just seems to be half ogre in a closet, which is quite bizarre, but that seems to be the case.
Well, I suppose. Was there any way else to go in there, or was it just the room?
Yeah, if it is just the room.
Alright, so I guess back out into the sewer.
Oh, you three love it out there, don't you?
I would much rather walk through shit than fight another one of those.
You didn't really fight it. You kind of shot it from a distance and ran away.
That's
There
how
was
I
no
fight.
room in the closet.
You should probably be glad because they hit like a truck.
Yeah, that guy hit pretty hard.
Or technically, I shouldn't say truck. It hits like a stallion running over you.
You've looked at the whole area.
Oh. And we didn't find anything?
You found a stone.
Besides
Something
the
we're looking for.
strange rock.
Well, perhaps that is the stone then.
That's odd. Why?
Well,
How could that lead to treasure? Maybe it glows when you get close to it?
it could also be a key.
But isn't it supposed to help you find it?
Opening a locked door would be very helpful to finding treasure.
Perhaps it talks to you somehow if you concentrate on it hard enough. I mean, my identify did not identify it, but perhaps this stone is.
Can I help
Beyond
Astrid
magic?
just? Can I help Astrid just try to like investigate the stone to see if there's anything special about it?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll assist you with investigation again.
Best you can tell, it is not magical. It is just a stone.
She will attempt to say hello to it anyway.
You all realize we're not in this location primarily for the stone, correct?
Yeah,
Oh,
weren't we
we-
supposed to find...
Well,
Whoever
Fenris
that guy
was believed
was.
to have the stone,
And he was supposed to be taken here.
and you found a stone, but no Fenris.
I mean, we could
Unless-
technically, I could walk around the sewers poking my staff into the shit water, but
Just to say, is there anything beyond this door and these stairs here?
Those stairs are also locked,
Okay.
bricked up.
Door?
It's
Nothing? Okay.
literally in.
Well, we could always tell the drow we didn't find Fenris.
I'm gonna look to Astrid. I'm gonna say, just do me a favor and keep that stone safe. Don't show it to him immediately. And I'm gonna try to make a replica of the stone as it as like a illusion in my hand, and see how close I could get it to it.
Yeah, pretty close. It's not.
All right. And I'm gonna say, if we can just show him, and I could say this, and if he recognizes it as the stone, then we could decide what to do from there.
Question is, how does he know what it looks like? I mean, would he know?
We could just give him another stone. There's nothing much special about this one.
You all were actually given a description of what the Stone of Galore looks like.
Does it match?
No.
Oh.
So it's just
Maybe-
a stone.
Well, it's still worth holding on to, in my opinion. But
Yeah, it's a pretty rock.
does
The Stone of Galore is sort of glossy green gray stone, and you know that it's also not actual stone. It's a creature
Oh, yeah.
that was transformed by magic into an object.
So this Axel sent us down here to what appeared to be an ambush and a half ogre.
Well,
That's how I see it, at least.
Now we can give him this rock and then get some money, and that is that.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not very happy with him if he did actually send us into an ambush and sewer water and the half ogre. I mean, we survived, but my cloak is a mess, and I'm gonna have to walk through the streets smelling like poop. That hasn't
Well,
happened since I was a kid. It was
I
embarrassing the first time.
I think it would be better not to go straight to the house in case he's watching for us to leave here.
Well,
We could go find where he said he would be at the theater or something like that.
We could go to a bathhouse.
yeah, we should probably go to a bathhouse first and then to the theater. If there are bathhouses here. I don't
There
think
are.
I've been to one here.
Yeah, there are. There are plenty.
And they could launder our clothes.
Then I guess we'll walk out of here, and if I know of any places to clean up around, I would head there.
Okay.
And when we're leaving, can I look around to see if it looks like anyone's like looking for us to be leaving?
Yeah, to investigate.
Investigate.
Nope, don't see anything.
Okay. So I guess clean up and then go find this guy, Axel.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, how much is a bathhouse? I guess we would want a private room because we have our bag and we probably want to take our bag of holding in there with us, but drop our clothes and stuff off to get laundered.
It's probably a goal to get all that done.
Since Richter is poor and has absolutely nothing, do we walk by any of these rivers at any point? Like, or these little streams?
Hey, I'll pay for it. We have plenty enough to get your clothes clean.
And that water probably wouldn't be particularly clean either.
All right, then yeah, I'll just follow them. Or lead them, I guess, to the clean up bathhouse.
All right, easy enough. Takes a couple hours to get everything back and clean and everything.
And then do I
So-
know where he said he was going to be staying? I think it was something like the 7 something.
It's
Seven
a seven
Mass.
mass theater.
In the
Yeah, do it.
port district.
Should we pick up first? Does that count as a long rest?
I think 8
Yeah,
hours is a long
8
rest,
hours
right?
is a long rest.
Oh, okay. And second, should we go pick up the money from the temple first?
Astrid, can you send a message to the people at the temple to see if it was delivered?
Hey, good.
It'd be easier, but if you don't want to waste your magic, we can always just walk as well.
Could could. Just trying to remember her name.
I swear we're not forgetting names on purpose.
Yeah, I have it written down, but I have like I had 4 pages of notes from the last
I was
one.
very well organized until I fucking started my own game. Now it's a shit show everywhere.
Okay, it was Valette. Yeah, I was gonna say it's Valette. I found it. Okay, so yeah, Astrid will send a message to Valletta and be like, "Hey, hi Valletta, it's Astrid using Ascending Spell. We are expecting a large sum of gold. Is it at the temple?
And
You can reply."
yes, there has been something delivered to you. She doesn't know what it is because she didn't look, but
Well, perhaps I should not have said that it's a large sum of gold, but it is there.
Let's go find our new partner then, I suppose.
We'll pick up the money and then go find you.
The question is, he didn't know exactly where we were sending the money. So if he did send us down there to be ambushed, why throw away 5,000 gold? It actually seems more like he did really expect us to come back with something.
Yeah, that was I also felt, even when talking to him.
Quite odd.
Well, let's go figure it all out. And Richter's gonna start walking towards the theater.
You don't want to grab the gold first?
I would rather go do that when we're gonna be heading back to the house rather than go pick it up and walk it all the way back to the dock. That's not a... I don't feel comfortable walking around with that much.
Oh, all right.
Plus, it should be safe in the temple.
and also as you're walking, Richter, you don't feel too good.
Can I do any sort of check to see, like, if I'm just getting sick or something like that? Can I, like, medicine myself?
If you're proficient in medicine, you can.
Oh, I am not at all.
So you're feeling kind of, you're getting some cramps. You're feeling very fatigued.
Both Astrid and I think, are proficient in medicine.
Yeah, do you make your
He would he would try best not to, but let's see how well I can hide it. Probably not very well.
Are you pooping yourself? Please don't poop yourself. We just got out of a bathhouse.
Not quite there yet. Probably like just very, very sweaty and stuff like that, and not talking and just kind of like looking very pale and stuff.
It's sort of the same, but
you don't seem okay.
I felt better. I just assume it was from going through all of that. I don't feel great, but I'm okay.
I think you should probably let the clerics check you out.
We need to get what is it, like, still early in the day, or is it like getting late now?
It's getting later.
He'll just we should get there first. This is much more important than me not feeling well.
We don't know that. Because, I mean, if you were cut or something, and something from that sewage got into your bloodstream, that could be very, very bad. It won't take us long to just check you out. And
when I was taking the bath, did I notice any cuts or anything?
Nope.
I just cleaned off. I didn't notice any cuts or anything.
Richter,
you did
how
get
about
it in
this?
your eye. You did get it in your eye, though.
You can either let the clerics look at you, or I can push your stomach and see what comes out first.
Seems uncalled for.
So I'm guessing you're going to let the clerics look at you then?
Richter just keeps walking.
I'll grab him, bring him back.
I was about to say, I can grab him too. I mean, you're literally trying to walk away from 3 of the strongest people.
So you're gonna try and are you gonna let them grab you, or are you gonna do?
I'm not gonna
dexterity?
fight them, but I'm just.
Yeah, that'd be a bad story. Like we just like wrestle you to the ground to try and make you feel better.
I can still get away. That's the fun part.
Cast
Oh,
Misty Step, and he's out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, so I rolled that, but I'm hoping that that was with Astrid's help, or Astrid can roll separately.
Yeah, Astrid can roll.
I'll attempt it separate.
Oh.
Not that much better.
He looks fine.
Yeah, well, they keep an eye on you, but for now you just seem fine. Perhaps just the smell was getting to you or something.
It's probably nothing. It's just we should get there as soon as we can. I don't want this guy. I don't trust him.
All right.
But I am going to kind of like try to keep my mind focused on what the fuck is going on with myself.
Okay. So you make your way to the theater, and as you get there, you actually notice that there is a note that is nailed to the door.
I'll point it out like I'm not walking as farther than I have to.
Astrid will go up and read it.
All right, what languages do you read?
I will. It's a bunch of them.
I'm assuming it's not primordial.
My languages are currently invisible. Just give me a moment. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you from memory because my languages are still invisible.
Do you have your sheet popped out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Just make
under
it
proficiencies.
make it a little bit smaller, and then make it back to the normal size. Just change the size a little bit, and whatever's.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
I've been doing that nonstop. Infernal-ish.
Yeah, she's working on it. Okay, so actually all of you except for Zameen can read it. It's written in Elvish, so. And what it says is our friend has been arrested and is currently in the Bastille. That's all.
It's just that our friend has been arrested. I'm assuming that is the Axel or perhaps even Fenris. More likely Axel though, considering the language it is written in.
I think it would be the other one. Who would have left it here? Who would know that we were coming here to meet Axel?
And does it actually have his name, or does it actually say our friend?
Is our friend, yeah.
Then
So-
it must be the other one that we were looking for. And we're just gonna kind of just let out a. We're walking to the Bastille now, aren't we?
Seems like it.
Would
If you're
they
not
even
feeling-
allow sorry. Go ahead.
If you're not feeling well, I'm pretty sure Lilith can carry you.
I'm fine. And he's just gonna start walking slowly.
Would they even allow people inside the Bastille now at this hour?
We technically, as Layla said, we're doing a job for Kincaid. I don't think they would not allow us in.
And I mean, I'm technically not royalty or anything, but I am an ambassador to the city. So I have that.
Yeah, so let us go. Might as well talk to who our friend is as soon as we can.
I'm not really sure how he became our friend, but
All right, so you make your way over to Bastille.
Is it like barricaded up for the night?
I mean, it's usually pretty barricaded anyway. You guys have been here before. Try and get Ilbrin and everybody out.
Okay, yeah, then I guess Richter's gonna kind of look and say, I've already tried talking to these people once before, and they were not very receptive to me.
Really? I thought you were the charming one.
Not all of us are diplomats, so no, I didn't have any leverage.
I could try and talk to them, if you would like.
If you wish.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being there for when we talk to our friend, but
So is there just like a guy at like a front desk or...
Yeah, basically.
Hello?
Yes, how can I help you?
Hi, my name is Zamin Drevo. I'm here as an ambassador to the city from Drena, and I heard that there was someone who may have been brought to the Bastille that we were in communication with for official business. I was wondering if there was any way we could speak to him, or at least find out why he's here.
Name?
He goes by Axel.
or Fenris.
Or Fenris? Is that who we're looking for? I
I
thought
think
we were
Rick-
looking for Axel.
Well, we were looking for Axel, but I think Richter thought it's probably Fenris more so than Axel.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be Axel or Fenris.
He sort of like raises an eyebrow. You don't know who it is?
Well, the problem is the letter left for us at the meeting place was unclear as to which one of the people we were dealing with was taken here. So that is why we are a bit confused about the entire situation. You can understand.
So you were supposed to be meeting with Fenris.
We were supposed to be meeting with an individual, and they may have known where Fenris was. It is official business. It is a little bit confusing. We are trying to find both of them. We aren't sure which one is here.
He sort of like flips through the ledger that he has there, and it says, "There is a man named Fenris here, charged with multiple counts of theft and assault against Yaman citizens. That's the man that you were supposed to meet for business."
Actually, that's the man we were supposed to find for information. And those charges do make sense. We found his house a bit in disarray earlier today. Quite a bit of blood. We were afraid he was dead. Is he all right?
Seems to be fine.
How odd. Is there any way we could speak to him? He may have important information.
He sort of looks at you a little side-eyed again and says, "I don't really have the authority to permit that."
Do you know who does? I know this all sounds quite odd, but sometimes, as you know, on official business, especially for a government, you have to deal with some unsavory characters.
Yes,
He
we
had
are
some information.
we are investigating according to Master of Arms or Master of Defense. I forget which personally, but Kincaid.
And he may have had information for us. He was taken before we could get to him, and he could be very important to this investigation. If there is someone we could speak to get the authority to talk to him. It would be much appreciated, and we would definitely let the Master of Arms know. that you cooperated with us in this.
Well, if Kincaid has authorized you, then his word would allow you to speak with him.
All right, is there a way to get communication to Kincaid at this hour?
Could probably send someone.
So I
Yes,
say,
that would be most appreciated.
What are your name?
Matt, would it be possible that Layla has something from Kincaid? Considering the amount of times I've been seeing him the last couple of days.
Like an official writ or notice that we have business?
Yeah, these guys are cool.
Yeah, you didn't ask for one, but I mean, just for the because I mean, I was going to give you permission. You just have to go talk to him. So we'll say for the expediency's sake that you do have like a basically just a notification that you do have official business that you can offer to him.
I believe this should be notice enough.
Takes a look at it and says, "Oh, that does appear to be genuine." And then he calls for somebody to lead you over to the cell that Fenris is in.
Are there like benches and stuff out in the main area?
Yeah.
Richter's gonna put Rascal on Astrid's shoulder and just sit on one of the benches and look through his eyes.
Okay.
And I'll just say, I'm gonna just rest for a bit here. I'll be able to still hear and see.
All right. Kind of concerned. He obviously has something wrong with him, but we can't tell what it is. That is a bit disturbing.
Well, if it gets worse, we can just cast Lesser Restoration, and that will be that.
True. All right. Can, like, when we get to Kincaid's cell, is he, like, awake, or Kincaid? Jesus.
Fenris.
Fenris. Oh,
One time
God.
you remember his name. Yeah, he's awake.
And I just kind of knock on the bars. Hello? Fenris?
He just looks at you.
Hello, my name is Amin Drevel. We would like to speak with you. If you have time, which it seems like you might.
He just sort of snorts.
All right, I'll take that as a yes. So, we came to your house earlier to come to talk to you and found it in quite a bit of disarray. With markings on the wall, we were afraid that you had been injured, but you seem to be fine. Can you give us any insight into what occurred?
Wasn't there.
Odd. So, you don't know who left those pools of blood or the markings from the myriad?
Oh, no, nothing.
Does it look like he's being truthful?
Make an insight check.
Jesus. Nope.
Hard to read.
Astrid is going to attempt read thoughts, channel divinity. I actually don't know if the person knows it happens if they fail. Like, doesn't say anything.
Usually it does when they...
Yeah, because you're basically casting the suggestion spell.
Well, I could make him talk.
He failed.
Okay, so for 1 minute, Astrid can read his surface thoughts.
Most of it's just cursing at this point.
And is the guard still around, or are we there by ourselves?
No, there's a guard there. I mean, he's not standing like right next to you, but he's within earshot.
Can I walk over to him?
When you walk over to his cell.
The guard?
Oh, you're to the guard. Okay, yeah.
This may be a little bit out of the norm, but is there any way we could have just a few minutes alone with him? We won't hurt him, I promise.
Definitely not.
All right. And I will just walk back over and kind of whisper in Astrid's ear, I can make him tell the truth. If we want the guard to hear that.
Well, I suppose we could. I could also suggest that he is more forthright with us.
I don't have suggestion.
Astra does. It'll be an automatic success with her read thoughts going.
Would you like me to ask him a few questions before we start casting spells on him?
Go ahead.
Okay. So, Ferris, you seem to be quite popular at the moment, wouldn't you agree?
Sure.
The Myriad, the Clasp, also you have the city, the guards coming after you. Probably not the best situation to be in. Again, would you not agree?
I would agree.
And all for now, shall we call it a simple trinket? Again, would you not agree?
He just sighs at you.
We could possibly take that off your hand. At least that way, at least 2 of those groups would no longer be looking for you.
Don't have it on me.
Well, I very much figured that, considering you're in a jail cell. But you obviously know where you stashed it.
I do, and if you get me out of here, I'd be happy to tell you where it is.
See, we're currently working with Kincaid to solve this issue. If you were cooperative, it might be possible to help with that situation. But considering your own reputation, there's not really much in us for it at that stage. Would, again, agree?
Don't really care what it's in it for you. If you get me out, I'll tell you where it is. If you don't, what the hell do I have to gain by telling you anything?
Well, we could definitely tell Kincaid that you helped cooperate, and maybe the charges get dropped.
Yeah, I don't need a maybe. If you get me out, I'll help you. If you don't, fuck off.
And if we get you out, you may end up getting killed anyway.
Better than being here.
Well, probably gonna get killed here, too.
Now you get it.
Well, if the Clasp and the Myriad knew that you no longer had possession, at least they would stop coming after you.
But I'd still be in here.
Which is a lot better than having multiple groups trying to kill you.
Yeah, because if you think that the Myriad and the Clasp can't get in here, they probably can.
Which is exactly my point. I don't want to be in here.
Well, I believe I've been quite reasonable up to this point. If you two would like to ask him some pointed questions, be my guest.
Want to go first?
Okay, sure. Let's see what happens. And she will cast suggestion. Automatic success because of the previous read thoughts thing, and she will be like,
But actually, and if Victor was here, he would be able to tell you this, but he's not. Spell doesn't work.
"Oh,
You were able to use Channel Divinity because I'm treating that as not exactly the same thing as a casting a spell, but the steel is warded against.
Oh, I
magic.
forgot about that.
Astrid would not know that at all. So instead, she'll just give him an intense look and be like, tell us what you know about it. And of course, nothing's going to happen.
He just laughs at you.
It didn't work.
I completely forgot.
Well, you wouldn't
No,
know that
like-
either because you weren't here. Zameen was here, or I mean, Zali was here.
Yeah, but having been to Iman and being like I've been to the Bastille before because I'm a diplomat, I would think that I would know certain places are warded against magic.
Sure.
So wait, would I even technically be able to see through Rascal's eyes and stuff? Since that's not casting a spell?
Yeah, I mean, like, there's certain things I think that you could get away with. Like, I think that,
Okay.
like, Channel Divinity works, and I think that's a little bit different as well.
Okay.
Yep, I'm out of ideas.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna walk up to the guard again and say, "Could you tell me exactly what his charges are again? Like what he has done?"
Multiple counts of theft / highway banditry and assault against Iman citizens.
That's gonna be fun. Is there a bail?
No.
Where did you pick him up?
Caught him running around the port.
Interesting. Well, should we go talk to Kincaid?
We can talk to him, but considering how uncooperative our friend is being, it's not going to look good for him.
That is true. All right. Well, I guess you're sleeping here for the night. We may or may not be back. May just find it on our own.
He just
See
laughed.
you around.
Indeed. So at this point, it's getting pretty late, so I don't know if you guys want to just go back to your
Yeah.
manor.
Figured we'd have to, and then try and talk to Kincaid in the morning. Either we
Yes.
could, this would go sort of differently. Well, sort of. Well. Ah, Salia. Yeah. So I don't think Kincaid's gonna drop charges against him.
Well, at the very least, he will know that Fenris knows something about this stone.
The thing I'm worried about is they said our friend is in the Bastille. Axel is in the port. And Fenris was in the port. What if Axel already has the stone?
That is possible. We should tell Kincaid that as well, or also mention Axel by name, and perhaps Kincaid knows him.
Yeah, this is all very odd.
Or at the very least, a roguish drow.
Well, before we head back home, should we not head to the temple to pick up our package?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And before we actually enter, or once we get the bag, just let me open it while no one's around to make sure nothing funny happens.
Yeah. So you open up the bag and there's 5,000 gold pieces in it.
Okay. Just making sure if it blew up, it'll just blow up in one face.
It's covered in that dye that they put on there so that now everybody knows it's stolen gold.
After we pick that up and get back to the manor, Richter goes to sleep. He doesn't talk, nothing. He just passes out.
So do the rest of you want to do anything before you go to bed?
Astrid will just read up on Infernals some more and go to bed.
Yeah, I would just probably go to bed.
Could I pay a quick visit to Vincent?
Yep.
Knock knock. Is he awake?
Yeah, he'll be there.
Vincent, I'm wondering, would you happen to know anything about the places of interest for a person called Fenris? Mostly in the port.
Don't really know much about the guy. I know of him.
Fair enough. Worth inquiring anyway. Have a good
So
night.
what was the other information that you were asking from him?
It was the serial killer. Because we already had the name. It was a lord. I can't remember what lord it was. But we had the name. He was just investigating further into the details.
So he doesn't have much information on Fenris.
Okay. Well, I will let you get back to your sleep.
Vern nods. Gives you that wink of his cat-like eyes.
And rest for the night.
All right. So, when you wake up in the morning, Richter, you have a point of exhaustion.
Yay. How much do I feel that much worse in the morning?
Yeah.
I assume Richter usually wakes up a little bit before everyone anyway, so I'm gonna go to Nim and show him the mechanical beholder, and just ask him to nod yes or no, and just say, "Do you think you can fix this, or at least learn how it works?"
And he doesn't know what he does, like a sign language thing that you haven't learned yet.
Right.
So
I'll put my hand out and put a thumb up, and I'll say yes, and then I'll put a thumb down and say no.
and he basically just raises his hands in the air as a
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'll hand it to him. I'll say, well, it might be something that you could work on in some free time, and I'll just leave it there.
Okay. So you have disability on all ability checks right now.
All right.
And I guess I'll get up. I guess I could try and make breakfast.
Richard's probably back asleep
everyone.
at the breakfast table.
Not a bad breakfast.
Not too shabby.
Did grow up on a farm. Are you okay, Richter?
I didn't sleep well. I'm still tired.
Yeah, you look pretty exhausted. Can I try and, like, do a medicine check on him now, just to see, like, if it's gotten worse or if there's anything I can identify?
Yep.
God dang
You
it.
guys want me to die?
I have a +6. Why does this always happen to me with +6s?
Oh, Richter, you look like shit.
Anyway, doesn't really. It's less that you're not sure. It's that you really just don't care.
Like I said, he's just gonna have his head down the entire breakfast while you guys eat.
You sure you don't want some pocket bacon? Just in case you get hungry later? I can wrap it up in some cloth.
No response.
I'm just gonna slip some pocket bacon into one of his pockets.
Richter, I do have a potion of vitality that may be helpful to you.
What does that even do?
I don't remember.
Thanks. Here, drink this.
Just a moment.
You like mix it up and you accidentally give him giant strength.
No, it is a potion that removes any exhaustion, cures any disease, and for the next 24 hours you regain the maximum number of hit points or any hit die you spend. Seems handy.
So it cures disease and gets rid of exhaustion. What the hell is that?
Potion of vitality. It's
Nice.
something that you gave us like ages ago.
All right. Well, you feel fine now, Richter.
Oh, okay.
But for how long
you-
is a different matter.
I'll just copy and paste the thingy here.
And you can even keep the pocket bacon.
That potion is ridiculous.
Yeah, pretty good.
You probably shouldn't have used that on me having a bellyache, but that's okay.
Eh,
Just wait till someone gets like bit by some extremely poisonous thing, and it's just like.
Well,
yeah.
I'll give you were suffering from sewer plague is basically what it was. So you actually-
Just a plague, guys. It was just a plague. I would have been fine.
So you did actually have a disease. So that's why you got the exhaustion. So you would have continued to get exhaustion until it killed you. So yeah.
See, I told you. You got it in your eye.
Mhm.
And it was all downhill from there.
But you feel fine now.
Well, yeah, I'll tell everyone. Oh, I dropped that mechanical thing we found off to Nim, and he'll be working on it. Are we heading to Kincaid today?
Suppose so.
yes, might as well update him on the various things that has happened.
Right.
All right, so you make your way up to his office in the Cloud Top District. You do end up having to wait an hour or so before you're able to get in to see him, but you eventually do make your way in there, and you do recognize again. He's a human, very tall, dark skin, completely clean shaven, a bit like Lalith. He's got a shaved head, no facial hair. Pretty good looking guy.
Why, thank you.
In his, probably in his mid 40s. You can see a little bit of gray, like in his eyebrow. But he's definitely been around a while, seen a lot of things. He invites you all into to his office, and he doesn't have enough seats for all of you, but he does have a couple of chairs across from his desk that two of you could sit at.
I'll stand. And Leolith probably can't fit in the chair, so.
He's used to it.
Or he'd break it.
Sleeping on the floor, standing up.
Running cross continent.
Yeah. So, what can I do to help you guys?
We're here about Fenris. He's currently in the Bastille.
He is looking for him for quite some time.
Yes, we were looking for him as well in about the Stone of Galore.
Whoa, why are you looking for it?
Well, considering the Myriad, the Clasp, and everyone else seems to be looking for it, we were just trying to find out information about it in general.
Definitely don't want it falling into the hands of people who could do more harm than good with it.
I would agree with that.
So, Fenris was the last one known with the stone. He's currently not willing to give up that information unless he gets released.
Also, we did find out where he was staying. We went to his home, and there was quite a bit of blood and a myriad symbol drawn in blood on his wall. So we thought he had been harmed, but he seems unharmed and assures us that he was nowhere near his house when that took place. Whether or not that's true, we have no idea.
Just sort of taking it all in, thinking, seems unlikely to me that he would tell you where he hid, even if we let him go.
Well, we do have the ability to make him tell us where it is, if he actually knows. But we, of course, cannot do that inside the Bastille. And hey, if we take him out of there, turns out he doesn't know,
We can
can
just
always
throw
put
him
it
back
back
in.
in.
Precisely.
Or if you just bring him to even a holding cell that is not protected by the magic, so one of these two, and I'll like nod to Astrid and Zameen, can just make sure he's telling the truth when he speaks, or make sure he tells us what we want to know.
Do any of you have a way to track this man if we let him go?
Well, I don't think I do. Not on me at the moment. But we don't have to let him go, per se. We just need to get him to a place where it's not warded, so we can find out
I think
if
what
he knows where it is.
I think what he's trying to say is that he's not going to tell us if we're just asking questions. So if we just let him go, we could follow him to it. And I kind of look towards Kincaid, or yeah.
Well, that could be plan B. My original thought was we let him go, assuming he's a man of his word, which is stretch, tells you where it is. If we can then track to see where he goes, we just reapprehend him and put him back in jail. I may have some people that could do that, but
I wonder if some of the priests in the temple district could lend a hand.
basically
Astrid,
just
are you-
just find
Astrid, are
somebody
you
that
able
needed-
to locate people or objects?
Locate creature is the spell that is too high for me, but I could do locate object. I don't have it prepared today, but
We can simply put something on him that you could locate.
if he keeps it on his person.
I'll look to him again and say, do you, I'm assuming you confiscated his belongings when you took him in?
We did.
Can we slip something into perhaps a bag or something like that he would be carrying?
Well, he may notice that if it's
If it's
something small, maybe we could stitch it into something that he wears.
Could work.
But we wouldn't be able to track him until tomorrow.
Astrid said she could.
Not that they have to prepare it.
Well, we could wait until tomorrow to release him. If that works for you.
Well, how much money did we just get, by the way?
5,000.
So, say 1,000 each, and then 1,000 to like the pot.
Yeah, I guess.
I can probably get some spells that would help track people and such if I was able to purchase the ink and everything.
Then he just sort of nods. Well, whatever you can do. I'd be willing to let him go if we can assure that we can reacquire him.
As long as we could reacquire him before the Myriad does.
Well, the reality is, if somebody kills him, and he sort of stops himself, he doesn't finish this.
Gotcha. All right, so maybe off to see if we can get some spell for you to track today. If not, we can do it tomorrow. We can report back and let you know.
It is also possible that the Gilmore's Glorious Goods have a spell like that. Just on a scroll.
That is true.
Yeah, I'm more, yes, that would be great. I can also try some of the books from the Lyceum, but I don't know exactly what they'll have.
I'm sure the Lyceum would have a basic tracking spell.
I don't know if I'd be skilled enough to... I can't scry yet, but...
I don't actually know if, like, you can learn locate object or person.
I can't, no.
Okay.
Locate person is too far ahead. I think that's level 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's locate creatures 4. I could do, like, clairvoyance, but then I would have to know where he is. It wouldn't be tracking him.
Maybe the Lyceum could... We could either go to Gilmore's Glorious Goods, or maybe the Lyceum would actually have something that they could imbue.
Oh, I could do locate object.
You can?
Yeah, I was looking through level 3. That's actually a level 2 spell. I would just have to get the scroll and stuff and copy it into my book. All right, so perhaps we go to Gilmore's. I need the ink and everything like that anyway. If they have a scroll of a higher level spell that I can't do without a scroll yet, we could get it. But if not, I can go and check the Lyceum for books I can use.
All right, so that's the next plan.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm also wouldn't mind just looking around at his wares.
Okay. So you head over to Gilmore.
Mm-hmm.
And they would have a scroll of locate object for sure.
What about, would they have one of scrying? It's a level 5 spell, so I don't know. I guess scrying or locate creature.
They would have a scrying spell scroll.
And locate creature is one level lower. It's level 4. I don't know. Locate creature, I think only is 1,000 feet as well, though.
Yeah, and technically he's not a creature.
Well, I think it's humanoids. It says.
Oh, okay.
That one they don't have.
Okay. I will inquire about the scrying one.
Funny. A scrying scroll actually costs 5,000 gold pieces.
Yeah. I say no. Absolutely not.
The locate objects spell scroll is 250 gold.
Well, I'll look to everyone else and say, I can, if I get the ink and everything now, I can perhaps come back if the Lyceum does not have the scrolls I need, or the spells in a book that I need.
All right, that sounds good.
And did you also want to look at anything else that they are selling? Astrid, you said that you were interested.
Yeah. Astrid wouldn't mind looking around.
Yeah, me either. I'm not exactly sure what I'd be looking for because I have a +1 shield and everything already, but
There is one thing Richter would keep his eyes out for. Goggles of the Night.
They do not have any of those.
Okay.
I mean, it's something that I want, but I can't afford it.
the belt.
That, but I was primarily thinking of a sword.
Oh.
Mm.
Do they have anything for constitution or strength?
They had the belt of dwarven kind, which you guys.
Oh yeah, we already went over that. Do they have anything that gives protection from scrying, or kind of like, I guess, the ring that Zalia had?
That's the only one I know of, and they don't have one of those at the moment.
Do they have the Pearl of Power? Like that one that Jester was using?
Oh, to get your spell back?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be nice.
They don't. I'm rolling here. They have a Cape of the Mountebank,
Oh.
which this cape smells faintly of brimstone. While wearing it, you can use it to cast Dimension Door as an action.
Yeah.
The property of this cape cannot be used again until the next dawn.
How
When
much
you,
is it?
when you disappear, you leave a cloud of smoke, and you appear in a similar cloud of smoke at your destination. The smoke
that
lightly
sounds
obscures the
fun.
space you left and the space that you appear in, and dissipates at the end of your next turn. A light or stronger wind disperses the smoke. That is also that is 4,000 gold.
Oh, God
I need
damn
to
it.
wait.
That is awesome, though.
I need to wait for one more level so I could just cast that spell.
In all fairness, that would be awesome for me. I could just suddenly appear behind an enemy and just unload.
Can you use it though, or is it one of the things that you have to know how to use a spell for?
No, it's...
It says you can use it to cast Dimension Door spell as an action, so I do believe you have to cast. You have to be able to cast.
That would be fun.
One
for us.
level into wizard for Layla. It is.
Not
Ugh.
happening.
Astrid is so kind of close to having the amount of gold required.
You're really that close?
Not like that close. She's at about 2,600 gold.
Well, I know Ilbrin had about 2,000. At the moment, I've got about 2,000 myself.
I've only got 1,174.
I have 1,000 because that's what I just got.
I mean, and I will state that apart from the group pot, we do have an extra 1,260 gold that's not been split. Because how much is in a group pot? So there's an extra 1,000 in the group pot.
If we were to just put that one that hasn't been split, you said it was 1,260?
Yeah.
If we give that to her, she's only short like 300 gold then, right?
And then both her and her bird would be like fire and brimstone.
That would be fun. She's also got 11 platinum and 210 silver.
So that's another 110 gold plus 220 gold.
Richter, as a wizard, your spells are based off your intelligence.
Yeah,
What is your current intelligence?
20.
Because they also have the headband of intellect, but that would actually go down for you.
Yeah, I'd get dumber.
Nobody else really would need intelligence. So.
Oh, I have that on another character. For a very sad reason.
I need to get that for my barbarians. Just so they're not idiots.
Just throw out really sophisticated insults as you beat people to death.
Like highbrow humor and like really like intricate puns.
Just sounds like it's from the Monty Python. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries.
Let's see. Trying to find
So,
out.
Asher, how much do you have?
I have... Boop, boop, and boop.
Yeah,
Yeah, it just does the total.
Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention.
Holy shit! This is a cool one that just came up on my roll here. Let me see.
With the 1260, you're 16 gold shy.
I'd give you 16 gold.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with her taking the extra 1,200 from that, because that would be a great way for our very, very squishy cleric to get away from people.
okay.
There is also another $5,000 item, 5,000 gold item that they have, which is the Mace of Disruption.
Oh, Pike.
Yeah, so when you hit a fiend or undead with this magic weapon, that creature takes an extra 2d6 radiant damage. If the target has 25 hit points or fewer after taking this damage, it must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or be destroyed.
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking to save up for that one probably.
On a successful save, the creature becomes frightened of you until the end of your next turn. While you hold this weapon, it sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20.
Yeah, I'll be looking for that.
Yeah, so Astrid, you can take the extra 1260 then.
Are you all sure? I don't want to take your money. I know that I am not exactly one that shares her money that often.
I've never shared my money. I always put it in my book.
But most certainly, if you all would be so kind, I would not mind spending it to buy this cape. I would certainly split off money from the whatever we get potentially at the next times to refill this pot.
I mean, that's actually just
Definitely.
excess money that's not even in the group pot.
Oh,
That's just money we've not split up.
So what you still need? What 16 or 17 gold?
16. She's at
Okay.
3984.
Okay, I'll just give you the 16 gold.
thank you so much, Zamin. Oh, I'm so excited.
So I don't know if you've read the spell Dimension Door, but it also that you can bring one willing creature your size or smaller who is carrying gear up to its carrying capacity. So you can basically just take someone with you as well if they're
Ooh.
willing to go with you.
Except for Layla, maybe.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what is your size?
I am a medium creature.
Yeah. So it is considered the same size, I believe. Then.
How the hell are you a medium creature?
Ask the book.
Yeah. All right. So this is now what Astrid is wearing.
Yay!
That is so cool.
Astrid is now broke.
Welcome to the club.
We
I have a
now.
hard time believing that is a cape, though. I don't think of capes as having hoods. Maybe that's just me.
My cape has a hood.
Maybe a cloak.
I think of a cloak. Yeah, I think a cloak is more appropriate than cape.
Yeah, that's true.
I've just got to save up 5,000 gold, give or take, to buy a sword.
And I have to save up 5,000 gold to buy that hammer.
And I will never be buying anything aside from fucking ink and paper.
And remember to make notes of these so that you can put them on your official character sheet, because this is the. I mean, I could probably transfer this stuff over if you do it, but just as a.
I mean,
I'm probably just gonna see what's different and then change it as I go.
I mean, I've got a Word document with stuff we've got specifically from this campaign, like a wolf frog, the Asmodeus symbol, stuff like that. But personal stuff, you're probably best doing it yourself.
I mean, all you really need to do is like in your spell slot, you can add Dimension Door and then just make a note that you can only use it once a day.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I have my invisibility and stuff like that. And I just pretend I have a 4th level 3 slot because
Yeah.
Revivify.
That's what I do with for in the game I'm playing on Tuesday. Like I have a racial ability to do minor illusion, and I just add it because rangers don't get cantrips, but I get one because I'm a forest gnome. So I just add it and then put like racial spell on after it, so I know.
Plus, now both Astrid and I are gonna stand out in a crowd.
Bright red and bright blue with a symbol on it.
Yeah, because the symbol that's on the back of it is actually it's the stained glass version of the symbol of the Dawnfather, and it's giant. So it's basically it's blue cloak, but the whole back is painted almost in a giant stained glass looking format.
All right, I'm gonna buy 900 gold worth of ink and stuff.
Okay.
So I have 8. All right. So, I need to go to the Lyceum if anyone wishes to join me. I'm going to be copying spells over, hopefully.
Yeah, I don't mind going and just reading and reading something.
I feel like Astrid would be struggling on the way out of the door, on the way to the Lyceum, not to Dimension Door.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Who wants to go with me?
Well, I have pretty much. I already have Loud Dimension Door,
Yeah, that's true.
but yeah, that's one of my, I can't wait to get that spell next level too. Yeah, I'm gonna go there and see if I could borrow someone's spell book that I can maybe copy some spells over from. Can I check to see if there's anyone who specializes in illusion magic like I do?
I'm sure there are plenty of people who do, yeah.
I mean, you've also forgotten about one more place with magic. There's a library literally next to where we live, where they have magical books.
Yeah, but didn't I already use those books?
Yeah, you did look at. I mean, she doesn't have anything new, but yeah, you did look at what she had.
Yeah.
They were.
All right, well here, I'll just copy. All right, these are the illusion spells I'm looking for. That's Blur is level 2 and everything else is level 3.
Phantom Steed.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
You pretty much make your own horse.
What the hell?
A large quasi-real horse-like creature appears on the ground in an unoccupied space of your choice.
Man, I feel like my spells are not nearly as cool.
Yeah, but I mean, it's all wizards got, right? Like
Or nearly as expensive.
Yeah, that's true.
You just learn it because, like, I leveled up and now I know things, and not like, oh shit, I got to spend all the money ever to learn everything.
I'm constantly taking my SATs.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, and what really sucks is like there's so many cool spells that I could learn, but the problem is as a storm cleric, like there are spots already taken up. Like already prepared.
You know every single spell though for a cleric.
Yeah, but for me, like there are certain spells
that you need
for certain levels that specifically state always prepared.
Yeah, those don't count towards your prep.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, you get extra one on top of that.
I did not. Okay, I am the worst cleric.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Anything that's from your like teachings, like your knowledge or tempest or anything like that, those don't count towards your prepared spells.
So basically, we've had a cleric going into every fight with half the spells.
Yes. Also, screw the D&D Beyond, because it's not letting me prepare my spells because it's saying I'm out of slots because of those prepared spells.
Yep, you can add those. The same thing like with your Gloomstalker, like the ambush and like the rope trick and stuff. Like you get those spells because you're a Gloomstalker. They don't count against your prepared spells. You just have them.
Dude.
See, I don't have that problem. I just walk up to things and hit them.
Me too. But...
They have all that stuff, Richter.
All right. What about? All right, I'll type out the other ones I'm looking for.
And so you get half off to make those since they're your...
I would, that would take half the time and half the gold. So like doing blur would count as actually only doing a level 1 spell. But yeah, then Mind Spike is level 2 and all the rest of those are level 3 as well. But those are an illusion, so those will be full price. I'm just trying to see what I could get copied over.
So are you going to be dipping it into the group pot as well?
Oh no. I already have the 900 gold worth, so that's why I kind of want to see which I can do before I choose which ones I want to do, so that way I can pick out enough.
Dispel Magic and Remove Curse are the only ones they have of those.
Okay. All right, well then, go ahead, do whatever everyone else is doing. I'm going to take a few minutes to probably count up what I need.
And Aster, do you have... So basically at this level, we should know, what, 18?
I have it noted. Just a moment.
I think it's like 4 cantrips.
You could just type Cleric into...
Oh, I actually already have that. Yeah.
It's like your Wisdom mod plus your level.
For Prepared, it's your Wisdom modifier plus your level, yeah. Your Cleric level.
Yeah.
So 9.
Yeah.
So we can have 9 prepared.
Well, Astrid could have 11.
Yeah, 9 plus the ones that you already have always prepared.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's still a lot of spells.
See, that still doesn't match what I've got on D&D Beyond. It says I have 18 prepared spells. And I still have 1 open spot for a cantrip. Oh yeah, it says 1 open spot because it doesn't have Booming Blade on here, even though I purchased that and it doesn't show up.
Oh, look at all the options I've got. Longsword, versatile, short sword, javelin.
Well, you get rage and stuff too.
Oh yeah, I can throw a javelin. I've got a hand crossbow.
So yeah, this is weird. It's letting me have 12 prepared spells. Well, 9 prepared spells, 4 cantrips.
Yeah, that's what you should have.
Okay. Then I have everything prepared that I could. But there's just so many other good ones that I could have, but they are so situational.
Well, that's the same thing with like Paladin. Paladin has some pretty cool spells, but you only get like 3 prepared spells like ever. Just like you have to pick the ones that are like useful and not the ones that are like cool.
Yeah, like the Warlock. Ugh.
Because like that was one with my Paladin. I wanted to be able to like call a steed, but like I could never use it because it's like I had to spend all my time like, oh, I have to have stupid heal and.
Theirs isn't Phantom Steed though, right? It's a like specific one for Paladins.
Yeah, it's just a Paladin one. I can't remember what it's called, but
I think it's something like Locate Steed or something like that.
yeah, something like that.
All right. So for all the illusion spells, it would be 350 gold worth of stuff. Since I get half off on all of them. So that's 7 uses. Right.
Yeah, it's
All right.
Find Steed. Summon
Okay.
a spirit that assumes the form of an unusually intelligent, strong, and loyal steed.
And you said I could get Dispel Magic and Remove Curse?
Yep.
So that would be 300. No, not 300. 150. So it'd be 300 more altogether. All right, so I still have 250 worth of scribing stuff, I think. Yeah. Okay, then yeah, I got a lot of new spells.
Yeah, Find Steed is basically a Find Familiar mount for Paladins.
But I think it also, because, I mean, some of the mounts that you could get from that, I'm pretty sure are amazing, and you could use them too. Like, can't you get, like, a Nightmare, technically?
Steed takes on a form that you choose. And the steed has the statistics of the chosen form.
I think you just need to be somewhere where nightmares are.
I mean, most of it is at the DM's discretion, basically.
Yeah.
Because it says your DM might allow other animals to be summoned as steeds.
I would like to ride a dragon. It says I can choose what I want.
It says like a warhorse, a pony, a camel, an elk, or mastiff. It is, though, like a Find Familiar, that no matter what it looks like, it is a fey, fiend, or celestial. But you can ride it into combat, and you get mounted benefits.
My Warlock used to ride a werewolf into combat. That was fun. I don't think you were there.
I don't think I was.
Matt. Yeah.
I probably would have quit when that happened.
Yeah, early on in the campaign, because we had 2. We had one that was a shapeshifter, and then we had one that literally was like, I think a druid that could shift into a direwolf. And he would shift into a direwolf and pick me up, and we would run into battle with me casting spells from atop of him, and no one could reach me because he was so big.
So yeah, Richter over that, he's probably staying at the library for the rest of that day.
Yeah, pretty much. So you don't even. So you were going to get the spell so that you could do it the same day, and ended up just waiting to the next day anyway.
Well, I didn't want to buy that fucking scroll, honestly. I'd rather save it for more ink.
Yeah.
But while he's doing that, I mean, should some of us go to the port of Amon and try and locate Axel?
I mean, we could. Unless people wanted to stay in the Lyceum and help read.
I should probably be focused on reading unless someone like poked her on the shoulder and was like, by the way, got work to do.
Well, I mean, Lilith and I could go to the port and talk to Axel. Because I assume at some point he's going to be trying to find out what we found out. So either he's going to come to us somehow, or we should cut him off at the pass and be like... But then again, he's probably going to want his 5,000 gold back.
Astrid already spent part of it.
Yeah, no, I spent all of my part.
I mean, I would state he asked us to find the guy.
And we did.
Yeah, we did find the guy.
No, he asked you to get the stone. Is what that was the.
We
Oh.
got a stone.
We did.
Oh, yeah. So... Oh, this complicates things, because if we do let the guy out, track him, get him rearrested, find the stone, we probably shouldn't talk to him until we find the stone.
So, as a side note, this is completely unrelated to what we're talking about at the moment. Is anybody doing anything Wednesday, which is Halloween? Next Wednesday. Not this Wednesday, next Wednesday, the 31st.
I take my nieces and nephew out, but I mean, my nieces are only 4, so they're usually not out too late.
Okay.
I
Because I was going to say, I could do... It doesn't have to be on Wednesday. I was just saying because it was Halloween and I thought it was funny. But I was saying I could do... we could do our creepy one-shot for the Isilra. Because I mean, like... Because I feel like what I want to do is I want to do like a one-shot introduction. So we will use these characters to go to Isilra and do like the big overarching story. But I still would like to introduce the Dreadwatch because that's where you guys will end up. So we can introduce the second characters that you created, and then we can just do the one, maybe two, depending on where things play out with where we are right now. But I just thought it would be kind of interesting because it's kind of like a scare. I'm air quotes that you can't see, a scary story. I thought it'd be fun to do on Halloween, but it doesn't matter. Curious.
I think I could. Let me check my schedule and make sure I don't have anything like crazy going on at work or anything.
I should be good.
Yeah, I think the only day I can't do, like, coming up is Saturday the 3rd of November.
Yeah, because it's not this week, but it'd be next week if you guys want to do that.
And did
again, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hold on, let me check this. Okay, so I should be there on Sunday. On the 11th, but just FYI, I am having LASIK done on the 9th. Having my checkup on the 10th. I may or may not have sight.
Yeah.
But I will try to play. I should have sight when I wake up. But I don't know what the heck is going to happen, and quite frankly, I'm a little bit freaked out.
And my dad had it done. Pretty cool.
Yeah, like I should be able to see.
Yeah, I mean you should. It'd be a little bit blurry. And worst case scenario too. Even if you just want to like close your eyes and do the theater of the mind, and if we are doing any combat, we can move you around.
Yeah, because my follow-up is Saturday morning at 8, and I should be good and no dilation or anything by late Sunday. It's just, hopefully I'm not blind or anything. But yeah, it looks like I can do Halloween, but I do get off of work. I could just try and leave that day at 5 and just tell everybody I need to be out of there at 5 or 5:30.
Well, Richter might be a little bit late too, so we could just we could start at like 7 or something, or whenever.
So if I leave at 5, I'd get here at 6, which is 7 y'all's time.
Yeah.
I think. Okay. Yeah,
And
I can try and do that.
We got another game, but like we can talk about it next Sunday when it's closer. I just want to throw it out there.
The worst part about having all these spells is I now have 42, but I can only prepare 11.
So just guess what you're going to need for the day.
Yeah.
Always take haste.
I have not gotten rid of it since I got it.
All right. So, did you guys want to go and try and find him, or were you just going to wait?
No, we should probably wait until we actually know where it is and then come up with a plan of, are we actually going to give this to him or are we going to do something else?
Well, considering we've got the entire day, is it possible I could look throughout the promenade, maybe the military district, to see if anyone has a flame tongue?
Yes.
Could I inquire at how much they would be selling it at? Because I have a general idea of what it's going to cost, but... The one weapon I've actually researched, which is awesome for a fighter.
Yeah, because what you need is more attacks and more abilities, right?
Well, no, it's just extra damage, and I can create light up to like 80 feet.
Yeah, extra damage to your 3 attacks, right? That's what you need.
Hey, I almost, instead of going with level 6, I almost dipped into fighter to get fighting spirit and everything for mine too.
Well, fighting spirit is just a samurai ability. So you'd have to go 3 levels.
Well, which one? I think there's... Oh, I probably don't even have it up anymore. But when you dip into fighter, you get 2 abilities at first level.
Second wind and action surge.
Yeah, those were the 2 I was going to try and get.
Alright, so Flame Tongue.
It's going to be like 5,000 to get it. I know it is, but it's worth inquiring if there's one in the city. I don't think it's a specific type of weapon. It can be any weapon.
It's any melee.
Yeah.
It has to be a sword, but it can't be a dagger. But it can be any sword. It has to be a sword. But yeah, it is. It would be between about 4,000 and 5,000.
Yeah.
Because it is a rare weapon.
Gotta find that secret vault so I can get buy myself a new weapon.
Pretty cool.
I'm pretty sure even if we found the vault, 90% of my money would be gone immediately for spells.
You'll just buy every spell.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll, just for the sake of it, we'll say that you guys, instead of going there, you all end up heading back home instead. Well, we'll say that you did do the time to take the time to inquire around, and nobody currently has it, but they would be able to essentially get hold of Flame Tongue for you.
Sweet.
So, we'll say that you guys have a rest, and then I assume you're going to make your way to the Bastille?
I'm going to wake up early again. And I am going to go outside and ritually cast Phantom Steed.
Okay.
So I just want a horse to appear that... just like a plain, like pure white horse with like a black and grayish stripe down its back.
Okay.
And should we inquire with Kincaid before we go some sort of letter that allows us to see the person's property prior?
I would say he would have said, because we had the whole day, so he would have told. He actually would have already had it done for you, and he would have just told you what item they were basically sewing into his. So then he could tell you what object it was, and it would probably just be like a sort of a small metal pin, similar to what you guys did before when that you were asked to go and put that on there by the class, track those folks that then Duma showed up and all that
And
fun
then
stuff.
started a fight for no reason. Yeah.
Well,
Remember
he
that.
didn't start the fight.
No, we started
Yeah.
the fight for no reason.
All right. So, so you guys are gonna make your way to the district then, military district.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Just so you're all aware, there is a horse in the dining room when you all wake up and come downstairs.
I would like to punch a horse.
No, don't punch the horse.
Can I punch it out of existence?
I'm pretty sure that riding horses have decent HP.
Yeah, but still, why would you want to punch the horse?
Oh yeah, you're not doing 13 damage in one punch.
No, I can do 5 points of damage in a punch. And
So you punch a horse and then it's still there.
I'll just inform everyone that it's in one of the new spells. I wanted to try it out.
Oh, it's so beautiful, Victor, and she'll start petting the horse.
It's very pretty.
If anyone wants to
Freaking
ride it,
zoo around here now.
if anyone wants to ride it, it's just going to be gone in an hour.
Got a falcon, got an owl, got a weasel or a ferret, got a horse,
A nimble right.
got a nimble right. It's like just like
And
collect-
a small, possibly
Gazer,
irrevocably damaged.
yes.
Uh,
Oh, and there's also you also have a mechanical sparrow as well that is Nim's bird.
oh yeah.
I mean, do we
This is
also
an
want?
interesting house.
Yeah, do we also want to invite the drow to come and join us as well?
I want to kill him.
Well, that's the sad thing is, like, me as a person, like, my character is not totally on board with that, but she's thinking that may be what have to happen. But the other side of my character, which is still Zalia, is like, oh yeah, dude, just kill that guy in his sleep. Like, but
Bunch of racist hating on the drow.
Oh no, it's not that he's a drow.
They're
It's
not all evil.
he's standing in the way of something I want, so I'm gonna slit his throat
Right.
while he's sleeping. So
Yeah, and Lilith's the barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, hey, but she's in a totally different city. She doesn't know anything about this.
No, just the rest of you in general. Oh no, I want this, but you know, I might have to kill this guy to get it.
Well,
With Richter, it's not so much I'm going to kill him so I get it, it's so he doesn't fucking do anything terrible with it.
It's not really that much better of a reason.
So, Astrid, is Maggie with you?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So as you guys are making your way to the Bastille, coming not from the Bastille, but sort of like coming in the opposite direction towards you, you actually see Malira, who you haven't seen in quite some time. And she appears to be reading a book, and she's probably a few hundred feet away from you. You recognize her because she is rather tall, and she has that sort of like blondish, platinum white hair. So it's obvious when you see her. She's wearing sort of a gray dress, I guess, not really a gown, but it's still pretty plain. But you recognize her immediately. And you see as you're walking, she sort of looks up and notices you and starts waving. And as she's waving, she just stops dead in her tracks. And then
Astrid's just waving as well.
And you see that you can see. So make a perception check. Everybody make a perception check.
She's currently crapping her pants because she sees a demon owl.
do we have a giant Baylor behind us? Where's my perception?
Oh my god, it's probably something like that. It's like, she has true sight and you're going to be fucking eaten.
So she stops, and she starts to back away, and she starts to run in the opposite direction. And Astrid, Maggie, digs his claws into your shoulder, and you get that same feeling where you feel like you're going down a roller coaster, and your stomach goes up into your throat, and your vision goes kind of blurry for a second, and you like drop to one knee, and as you look up and you sort of slowly stand up and your vision starts to clear a little bit, you again get that same sort of true sight where you can see all of these things that you wouldn't normally see. And as Malira is running in the opposite direction, you see a image of an absolutely gigantic dragon. And that is where we're going to end the session.
Oh.